brings on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
How you feeling? Hey. Can you feel it? Yes. It is Tuesday, October 15th. October 15th. 16 days. I know you know this. 16 days away from the
Halloween.
No. I mean, yeah.
Oh.
The 18th anniversary of my first date with my wife. 18 years ago this Halloween. My relationship is going to be an adult. Can vote.
Wait, how long ago was it?
18 years ago.
How old's Avery?
Don't worry about it. No, she just turned 17. We were in progress. We were in progress, and call me.
Oh, what'd you do on that date?
On the Halloween? No, it was. But no, it was funny because how about this? This is a good start. Our first date was she came with me to she came along with me on Halloween to take my ex-girlfriend's son trick-or-treating. I know, right?
Okay.
Pretty cool of her.
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend, the dad wasn't in the picture. I was with her for about a year and a half. She's great. We just, it just wasn't going to be a thing. And, but her son was like 10, 11. And so I knew what?
A little old there for trick-or-treating.
Well, let's get back to that in a second.
No.
But please remember that. We'll return to that in a second. That's
so.
I need to talk about that, right? So, it's one of those things where I didn't, that's crappy. You're a guy in a kid's life. You didn't have really, whatever. I mean, not that I'm some, role model, but he didn't have whatever. So I didn't want to be like, all right, we've broken up. See you, kid. That's lame. It's sometimes unavoidable, but so anyway, so I had promised him we'd go trick-or-treating together. And by the way, good on the ex for letting that happen. But then also, hey, it's this new guy. What's going to be? Oh, we're going to go with his ex's kid. She was a trooper about it. It was great. And then, yes, Chris, when we got married in July, we got married. We found out we were pregnant. That means both of us, of course, in March. Got married in July. And I can't remember. Well, she was obviously pretty far along because Avery was born October 5th. But she was showing, pretty hefty, heavily. Wrong choice of words, but you know what I mean. So, that was great. I just got done going to a wedding that I don't want to know what it cost. Yeah. But, you're in a foreign land and the Four Seasons.
Oh, it cost you quite a bit.
This is actually funny. I'll do the math right now. Me attending Scott Moak's wedding cost a little over 5 times what my wedding cost.
Wow.
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
That's legit. Because we got married on a dock in Tahoe, free. We got the minister, chaplain, I don't know, some lady, out of the penny saver, which was, I think, $65. We got our outfits at Ross.
You're welcome.
I was at.
Where'd you get your wedding?
What, rings?
Clothes
or ring?
Yeah, clothes.
Ross. I just said that.
Trying to get you to say the line.
What's the line?
I got it at Ross.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't. Nope, didn't.
Dress for less.
Dress for less. Sorry, missed and Chris threw it up, and I was strike 3. We got our flowers or whatever those corsages and all that crap from Safeway, along with the cake, and I think our rings from one of them kiosks outside the wooden building.
Oh, the thing you put a quarter in. And you
No, they were little. They were like displays, and then here's.
Dang it! I got a temporary tattoo. All right, one more time.
Right. Yeah. So it was pretty cheap. Anyway, so it's that anniversary. Trick or treating. So my kids are super on the fence about going trick or treating. They're leaning towards not going. I'm obsessed with them going. Because it goes to now. I'm fully aware that I think the cutoff for trick or treating is probably 12, 13, 14, depending. 12 on the lower end, 14 on the higher end, maybe 15.
12.
12's too old or too young?
I think it's too old.
I don't.
Yeah, I guess I would also ask this: why is there a cutoff at all? And let me explain. If you go to the let's say, Jason, you and I went trick-or-treating.
Right.
If you go to the trouble of dressing up, what's wrong with going?
Right.
I mean, why is that a thing? Why couldn't we all three, if you just go out in a torn t-shirt, you're like, I'm a skater.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I just want candy, but if it's kind of in the spirit of it.
Right. Your face
I don't really even
painting.
need candy, but if you throw one in there,
trick or
great.
treat.
Don't bump kids out of the way.
Totally. Yeah. Don't
take the whole bowl.
How many rooms of hell do you think are how jacked is this, right? If you believe in the afterlife and all that, how many rooms of hell are filled with people that were pretty good, and then they get to hell and they're like, why am I here? I've lived a virtuous life. I've been pretty good. I was a good mom or dad. I raised my kids. And they're like, roll the tape.
Halloween.
Here's you with
1996.
96. Here's the bucket outside that says take 2. You poured the whole thing in your little pillowcase with your friends, and you took off, and none of the other kids got candy.
Right.
You're in hell. That's jacked, man.
That person's kind of bad, but the person putting the bowl out's also kind of bad.
Why?
Because they're just cleaning their hands of the situation.
But I present to you, and I've never done this, so I'm not trying to defend it here. Well, I guess I am, but not from experience. What if you have an event, a party, you're going to something, you're doing whatever, and you're like, I don't want to be that house that doesn't participate. So I'm going to make the effort to buy the candy, put it in the thing, but I'm not going to be here.
But then once that happens, you're like, hey, not my problem.
Well, what are you supposed to?
I just put the candy out there.
So you're saying
the lights down?
The people are at fault for trusting the trick-or-treaters?
I'm just saying that they're washing their hands of the situation.
Yeah, right. They have a thing. You're faulting them for going to an event?
They don't have to put anything out.
But I'm saying it's better to make the effort to put something out than to just be like, I'm turning off the lights.
Is it though?
I think. Me personally, I think. Have you ever hosted trick-or-treating?
No.
Well,
not like kids go down our street. They're smart enough to go to the nicer neighborhoods of Sacramento.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that either. I'm torn.
That's what you have. So if
I don't know how I feel about that.
If you're 13 and going trick or treating, it's fine as long as you stay in your bad neighborhood.
So
don't come to my nice neighborhood to take my candy that I give people to.
Not me. No,
in a bowl.
I'm not thinking of the nice neighborhood owners. I'm not thinking of them. I'm thinking about the nice neighborhood kids. Where does it stop? You're just going to have buses of kids coming in from other neighborhoods because you got the king-size Snickers, and now everybody's waiting in a line. It's like, no, you got your neighborhood. I got my neighborhood. I shouldn't go to yours. If your neighborhood's nicer, why do I go to yours? Now I know where this is the center of your beliefs right now, where you're like, why shouldn't they have access to the king-size Snickers?
Yeah.
Right? Well, talk to your parents.
They probably deserve. Oh, wow.
Talk to your parents. I don't know. That's a question for them.
I personally believe that if you're just having a good time, you should be able to go from house to house and trick-or-treating.
Wait, what?
I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was.
You can be whatever age you want to be as long as you're nice and go trick-or-treating. That's fine.
I think that's okay.
As long as it's in your neighborhood.
Well, what happens when you got the word gets out on all the Halloween Facebooks? Next thing you know, you've got greyhounds of kids coming in from all over. Meanwhile, little Johnny, who lives next door to Jason Ross in his nice house, Johnny just wants to go trick or treating. Now he's 5.
Oh, poor Johnny in his nice neighborhood next to neighbors with the king size Snickers. He's really had it hard this year, hasn't he?
Well,
he obviously he deserves the larger candy bars.
Just saying, why are we penalizing Johnny? None of it's his fault.
How are you penalizing him?
Because now he's got to wait in 34 person
Oh my
line.
God!
I'm just saying that's less houses, that's less candy.
Maybe the candy's gone by the time Johnny gets through.
Oh, poor Johnny.
Hey, though, you know what? Here's the thing. 2 things here, because I'm having fun, but I don't want to get the wrong idea. Number one, I've done it. I've taken my kids to other neighborhoods. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah. Me and Sherritts used to do it all the time with our Kevin Sherritts. We'd go to like this really nice neighborhood in Rockland. Number 2, the answer to all that's very simple. I got 2 words for you: gated community. Right? Then you can't bus in there. Ha ha! Pores, stay out there. Gates. I don't live in a gated community. I'm just saying those gated. Like we live by Morgan Creek, no access. Me and my kids, we'd go up to the fence sometimes and just kind of peek through and look.
What's in there?
We'd see people in like amazing costumes, big king size stuff. We're sitting there with our Smarties, and the little brown taffy thing wrapped in the black wrapper. You know what I'm talking about? There's always like this random peanut butter flavored one. Yeah, I don't. So I want my kids to trick or treat, and they have their standby costs. Well, Avery changes every year, of course. And it's huge and elaborate and all this stuff. Their standby costs. Well, Avery, I got it. Mason has had, since he was 4, he's had 3 Halloween costumes, and he'll be 16 later this. 3 total. He had, he wore this, like my wife made, it's like this cardboard box that goes on his head and this like little green robe, and he's some Minecraft character. It's like a Minecraft character. I don't know Minecraft. And then the second one is the one he wears now is it's like those like sandwich boards, but it's like literally he's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Okay,
he looks like it's a sandwich with his little head sticking out. And of course, he's got the red hair, so I don't remember what the third one is, but yeah, he's pretty low maintenance, shockingly, when it comes to that. I want him to trick or treat. I want to walk around with him and trick or treat.
Okay,
and we started doing this thing with our friends a while back where we have one little portable fire pit thing, a little tiny thing. So we'll put a fire up, and we've got the candy, and then they got their cooler of stuff. And then I make like a chili or something and bring it over. And then we just sit in the front.
Pour chili into the kids' Halloween bags.
Yes, we have little Ziploc bags, but only the kids. But here's the other thing.
Of chili.
You know what we do though, and this kind of goes back to the earlier conversation, is kids come up and they go trick or treat. It's like, oh, look at you, you're so cute. And then they're always with their parents, right? Usually. And so we ask for an ID and then I go on Google Maps to make sure they're within like a radius of the neighborhood. And then after I get their ID.
I don't think your son should be trick or treating.
What? Because he's too old?
He's like going to be a letterman in basketball. He's a varsity basketball player.
He is. He already is. So. Wow, Chris! Don't let the kids have any fun.
Didn't I see you score 20 on Forest Lake the other day? Good job. Oh, wait, you're not here with your kid? You're the one trick or treating.
The Andersons are trick or treating.
He drives up to each house.
He's right.
He does the Billy Madison thing. He gets out of the car.
Get some motorcycles.
Just show up with a speed wagon. Sure, exactly. They're giving him razors.
Yeah.
By the way, this birthday, it's the one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're getting him. We're starting him with an electric shaver. I'm not ready.
Hey, dude, you're gross now. You have to fix it.
That's pretty, dude. He's got it looks like a little goat. Like he's just got these little peach fuzzies, but they're like 2 inches long. So
he's the goat.
Yeah, I hate all this crap. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, hey, Kings made a trade.
Yes, they did.
And Jason, guess what? I did some work yesterday. I actually worked.
You were golfing.
I did research, and I have thoughts on this trade and what it means and what it doesn't mean. And I had conversations with people that know things and to be honest, conversations with people that know nothing and put it all together in a blender. We're going to go trick-or-treating, so we'll talk about that. Mets win. Mets win. Also, the other New York team played. Yeah, we'll find. I don't know.
Jets, Bills?
All of them
Rangers?
played. Well, Jets aren't a New York team. They're a New Jersey team. But that happened as well. Yankees. So we're go over all that today. Sean Salisbury will join us at 8A. And let's sit back, relax. It's a beautiful Tuesday. We got a lot of sport to talk about right here on Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Hey, bro, you just got traded to the Kings. You did. Yes, you.
Hey, bro, you just got traded from the Kings.
Basically the highlights.
That was the highlight. Was it Jalen McDaniels? Jaden McDaniels? Which one is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
The not as good one. No offense to him. But he got traded to the Spurs for a 2nd-round pick and I think some barbecue from the Riverwalk. This is one of those boring Monty moves, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. It's just everyone wants to get. I get it. Everybody wants to get excited, but let's follow the timeline. The Kings got McDaniels, remember, from the Raptors early summer in exchange for Davion, Sasha Vezenkov, and a 2nd-round pick. And now they just traded McDaniels to the Spurs, who are going to waive him. And they basically paid the Spurs a 2nd-round pick and cash considerations,
right,
for the right to waive them, because McDaniels was owed about $4.6, I think, if I'm doing the math right, $1 million. So what this does, Jason, is Kings have just under, I think, $6 million available.
Opens up a roster spot.
Yeah, they now have 2 roster spots open. They have about $6 million under the luxury tax to work with. And just look, we'll break it down what it is and what it isn't coming up at 6:30. But what I don't want, and by the way, with the caveat that anything's always possible.
Sure.
Like, we didn't know Halliburton was getting traded, that type of thing. But I believe the plan going is like, this isn't like, I saw something out there like Ingram and Levine. Or no. I mean, may happen, down the road, but
not because of this.
Not because of it. Yeah. No, this is simply, okay, this wasn't going to happen, and they obviously have some holes, and I can tell you this much. I mean, they're going to fill those 2 spots before the season starts. Mm-hmm. There will be 2 new Sacramento Kings, but probably working within that $6 million off the free agents, the free agent wire. Plus, there's deadlines coming up where a lot of players that, teams have to decide whether to pay them for the whole season or two-way them or release them. So there's going to be a lot thrown out on the market that's already there. But this just gives them, Monty has always been one of those, let's give us the ability to be light on our feet, hoard your assets as best you can.
Right.
And at some point, somewhere, a team is going to have a crisis. They're going to find that the thing they were counting on didn't work, whatever it is. and they're going to need to do something, and they're going to pay a premium to do it. And Marty's always the guy that's like, oh, you need picks, you need cap room, you need this guy. Well, we're here, and we can offer you the very specific thing you need in exchange for the thing that allows for maximum value for us. So this is more one of those, even towards the trade deadline type of thing. If people are out there thinking there's some big move imminent, there's not.
Right.
Most
likely. When they made the move too, they were hoping that Jalen would be something that he really hadn't been in his pro career yet, but obviously they didn't see that here either. So that's unfortunate on that part of the move. But whatever it becomes, ultimately, it gave him a little more financial freedom and some flexibility to add.
Yeah, and that's kind of where it's at.
They didn't really touch anything from anywhere near the top of the rotation. So
no, and these guys are, no offense to them, but kind of, I wasn't looking at McDaniels to be the savior in the front court. So more and more on that coming up later. Number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
He has 6. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3. Put it in the books. He finally went to the slider, strikes out Freeman, and the Mets have evened up the National League Championship Series in 1 game apiece.
Now the 0-2. Struck him out swinging. Another great change. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
What the hell is going on here? There's like a warning now on the chat. I just went in to check on our YouTube chat to say good morning, and this pop-up happens. This got our logo, and it says guidelines: be civil and respectful, challenge the argument, not the person, stick to the topic. Who wrote these guidelines? Who did this? Chris, do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No idea.
Wow. I don't remember us being consulted on these guidelines. Stick to the topic.
Got it.
Good luck in there. Challenge the argument, not the person. I'd rather challenge the person, not the argument.
Moron.
Yeah, exactly. Idiot. Be civil and respectful. Yeah. Oh, they say it's been there a long time. I've never seen that before.
This isn't your account.
Oh, who the hell is K?
Afternoon host.
Oh,
wait, has he been put on timeout?
Wait, I was just gonna say, hold on. Does that mean that so does he not chat in here? Does that only come up the first time you're in chat?
Well, he's obviously signed in.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he's just never chatted before. Wow, come on, Whitey. Yankees win, Mets win, and we're that much closer, Jason Ross, to a Subway Series. I'm gonna say that every time one of them wins.
Until when the Dodgers win, they're that much closer.
Bing bong.
Yeah. I was watching a debate yesterday. That's which is better, a Subway Series or Yankees Dodgers? Yankees Dodgers.
What about Guardians? Oh, that's what you're rooting for.
I am.
Payroll.
I am. I'm rooting for it. No, I'm saying from a baseball ratings point of view.
Right.
I'm 100% rooting for it. And coming up in Safer Out here, we'll talk about, like you said, the 2 biggest stars in the game, perhaps going at it. Where are we at? 23? Oh, we only got 2 minutes. Dang it. All right. Cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
Back to pass. Rogers looking to load up. Fires deep. Rainbow down the field looking for Mike Williams. And it's intercepted. Taron Johnson. Welcome back. A humongous interception by the nickel corner.
Love that band, Nickel Corner.
Yeah, really good.
Great song with Coldplay. Yeah, it sounds like Aaron Rodgers ain't happy with Mike Williams, and he should have gone to the red line, and he didn't. Look like he's
Aaron Rodgers is unhappy.
I know. Have some ayahuasca and shut your face. Yeah, that's a thing. Little issues. By the way, what was it I said last night? It was so true. I tuned in to watch Monday Night Penalties, and there's way too much football going on, and nobody came to see the players. Now, by the way, thank you. Slow clap from Chris. Thank you. Also, don't really blame the refs. There were a lot of really blatant. That's just 2 sloppy teams yesterday. What are you going to do?
Jets are sloppier.
We know you like your football teams extra sloppy.
Also, in a 3-point game when your kicker bedoinks
twice. Yeah. They should move those goalposts wider for him.
They keep moving the goalposts.
They do. It's unfair.
Poor kicker.
Sorry, Zerline.
How come nobody has ever nobody's ever come up like, why has the kicker never come up with like a little remote, like low remote detonator in the ball where you could like steer it with your thumb? Who's gonna know? Little propeller. Right.
Who's gonna know?
Who's gonna know? Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Kings make a trade. What does it mean? What doesn't it mean? We'll take a quick 1-minute break. We'll be right back after this.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
That song. Hey, you never know when you're going to need someone to represent you, someone that could help you out on your behalf if you're in a situation. You got a situation that's come up. Well, some of these situations do happen, auto accidents, wrongful termination cases. Those things do happen. Maybe there was something from your past that's still lingering around and you'd like removed from your record, an expungement. These are all things that can happen, and you need to contact saclegaldefense.com. That's the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez, 916-304-9187. He is here. He is local. He's in our community, and he can be reached and wants to help you out and has had a great success rate. In fact, he remained undefeated from 2016 through 2019 in jury trials, and this year plans to be no exception. So his meticulous case preparation has resulted in life-changing results for thousands of clients. So this is the person you need to call to be comfortable with just in case you need that assistance. Again, it's saclegaldefense.com, the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez, 916-304-9187.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
From the KCRA 3 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Tamara Berg with your Tuesday forecast. Looking at mostly sunny skies, expect a comfortable morning. You may need a layer as you head out that door. For the afternoon, we're looking at mostly sunny conditions and light winds. Highs today will peak in the mid-80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
DC here, and if you've been thinking about a new car, you gotta see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia. You can always count on low payments and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
Don't you deserve health care you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans, made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sacktown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting sacktownsports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
It's homecoming for Sacramento State football this Saturday, 6 p.m. versus Weber State. Stay for the post-game fireworks. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Announcement. Our chat captain, MC, does not want anyone making fun of ayahuasca.
Okay.
Because it will incur karma. So,
right.
Chris,
don't do it.
Don't do it, man. Do not.
I can't do ayahuasca?
No, you can't make fun of it.
Oh.
Don't make fun of it. Like I think we did earlier. Like I said, have some ayahuasca and chill. But
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yes.
How did golf go?
Well,
that good, huh?
So
the game of golf.
It was great. Thanks to Phil. Thanks to everybody out there. Great stuff. Raised a ton of money. It's always good driving around your cart. And it's like, oh, hey, Ronnie Lott. Oh, hey, Jerome Bettis. Oh, hey, there's random awesome people you don't normally see.
Hey, Jerome, how many bikes did you steal at Notre Dame?
I honestly, I didn't stay for the dinner, or I 100% would have asked him, which was the only disappointing thing from the day. I didn't get a chance to ask him about that.
That might be like the story I want background on.
Yeah,
I think we can get background on it. So it was myself, it was Scott Moak, it was Matt Barnes, it was Lisa Gonzalez.
TV's Lisa Gonzalez?
That's right.
Oh, wow.
All out there, a fun foursome. All the people.
Where'd your fifth go?
Our fifth was supposed to be Scott Marsh.
The game of
golf.
The game of golf.
But I guess he needed to stay at work. So he elected to do that, which is fine.
Okay.
It was great. I hadn't eaten purposely so I could eat out there.
Oh yeah.
And
eats.
Wonderful eats. There was a place out there that had oxtails
on a golf hole.
There was a barbecue and a whole barbecue setup and ribs and brisket and all that stuff, greens, macaroni salad. Oxtails are rare. You don't find a lot of oxtails out and about. And oxtails scare people. I think a lot of people. If you've never had an oxtail or not a whole one, but you get what I'm saying. If they're done right, and these were done right, there are few things in barbecue I like more than good old. It sounds weird. It's like I'm eating no, dude, you're eating meat. Like it's.
Yeah. I've never had barbecued oxtail.
I haven't either.
Well, it's
always like in a stew or something.
Yeah, it's like slow cooked, but it's in sauce. It very much. It's just tender, and there's a little bit of fat in there, and fat is flavor, and just don't be intimidated by oxtails. So that was great. So we're about 12 holes in. By the way, I shouldn't follow up that part of the story with this part of the story, but because one had nothing to do with the other. I don't know if it was I ate about 100 pounds of sushi at the dinner prior, the night before last, and then I was eating all
stinky.
So it was about the 12th hole, and I started getting uncomfortable in the gut. I'm like, okay, I'm just digesting. That's fine. And then, you're at that point where it comes and goes. And about a hole and a half later, it got to the point where, I started getting a little sweaty. And I'm like, I don't have long. Also, unrelated, I was wearing, as you know, white golf pants.
Yes, you were.
I was. Now, I'm real thankful that at this point, Lisa had to go do the news, so she left early because I'm glad she wasn't there for that. But I was riding with Moak, and I said, Scott, I need you to grab some clubs and hop in with Matt. I gotta go. And they're just laughing, right? So I'm on my way back to the clubhouse. I don't know this course very well, and I see one of them bathrooms in the middle of this. So I pull right in. There's guys pulling up to tee off, and they hadn't started yet, but I just kind of pull up, hey guys, what's going on? And I hop in there, and it was one of those where I won't, obviously it's morning, I won't get into detail, but it was a Dumb and Dumber situation.
Oh.
And I was honestly probably within a minute away from a real problem. So I'm in there, and I want to.
Why is Dave wearing a towel?
That right? And then the best part was I'm in there, and this is how long I was in there for, because I told you the guys hadn't teed off yet. And then I'm in there, and I hear from outside, hey, Carmichael Dave, everything okay in there? I didn't even know these guys, and they're heckling me from outside the bathroom. I made it. There was some follow-up later. There's some follow-up this morning. I had to stop Tom Maley from going in right after.
Good luck.
Yeah, it was, and then I don't think it's my story to tell, but we were trading. And by the way, I played amazing. I came right back, and they were in the middle of the fairway, and they were about 190 out, and I'd been kind of on and off. I'm not great, and I pulled out my club, and honest to God, they'll tell you my first hit back from the bathroom, I hit it about 185, 190 to within like 10 feet. It was a gorgeous shot. And they're like, yo, you. And I was like, yeah, I heard the Rocky music. Like, I feel so much better now. Let's go. The other thing is this is my favorite thing that happened yesterday. I don't remember if it was Matt or Scott Moak that noticed this, but Lisa was in her own cart because she got there a little late.
Okay.
And so we all pull up, and then at some point, I think it was Scott noticed, and he goes to Lisa, and he goes, Lisa, when you pull up in your cart, do you always turn it off? And she goes, yeah, why? And we're like, well, why do you? And she goes, well, I don't want it to run away. And we're like, hold on a second. Now, if you've ever driven a golf cart before, you 100% don't need to turn the key off.
No.
You just hit the brake. The engine's not running.
Right.
It's not going to. But poor Lisa thought, because she said she never drives. She always goes with her mom, and her mom always drives. So she thought you had to turn the golf. So every single time she turns it off, turns it back on. It was the sweetest thing I've ever. So the whole rest of the day, we're just brutalized.
She's saving battery power.
She is. She's saving battery power.
Yeah.
Anyways,
how'd you guys do as a group?
Dude, honestly, 18 holes. We were we shot a 61. It was a par 71.
Wow.
We shot 10 under.
Okay.
And I'm telling you right now, we played it 100% by the book.
Yeah.
We didn't even take all our shots. Like, we had the right to take a couple extras. We really didn't. We played it pretty damn. I mean, not pretty damn. We played it 100% by the book. No cheating. No kicking the ball. Nothing. And I got to give full credit to Matt and Scott. Jason, no joke, 3 out of the first 6 holes. I think it was 1, 3, and 4. 1, 3, and 5, the odd ones. They hit 3 putts all over 30 feet.
Wow.
I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
Like, some of the most amazing putts you'll see.
Yeah.
I think Scott hit 1 and Barnes hit the other 2. It's just like, dude, what is going on with
Barnes?
you guys?
Pretty good.
So he doesn't use his driver. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but just he doesn't trust his driver.
Mm-hmm.
So he tees off with irons. I mean, look, you playing these things, you can tell when you're playing with athletes.
Yeah.
Like he's prone to shanking one way right or whatever, but man, he gets some distance with his stuff, and he's a hell of a putter. One thing that I've noticed too about athletes playing golf, and this is almost universal, and I don't know what the hell it is. When you're playing in a scramble, you all play your own ball, and then you pick up the balls from all over the place and you go to the best ball. It's always the athletes that like race out to get the balls. Like, he was just out there picking up everybody's ball and then taking them all over to the thing, to the point where he was like the ball getter. And that's not abnormal.
Right.
We played with Willie Galt one time.
Mm-hmm.
Willie had his full golf clubs and everything, and I was riding with him, so he has all his stuff on the cart but runs along the cart. He did not ride in the cart except on the way out to the course and on the way back. He runs alongside. So what Willie would do is Willie would run down and grab all the balls while we're all carting, and then run and take them all and put them in. That was how that's why I love to play golf, because he was getting Willie Galt's like a world-class sprinter, and it is in amazing shape, and I think he's like 70-something. And that's how. Because he just, any chance he gets to run, he does.
Wow, good for him.
Absolutely. And that's not normal. Like, that's something that's just in your blood. Like, Willie is a different human altogether. Like, I'm not the model of fitness by any stretch of the imagination, but my God, I don't want to ride in the cart.
Yeah. I'm just going to jog along.
Yeah, it's jog along.
Wow.
But you know what? That's why Willie looks like Willie, and that's why. So the Kings, just to kind of wrap this one up. I don't like making, it's tough to make broad statements because you don't know what's going to happen. And I can sit here right now, and I think I can confidently tell you that according to what I have heard, this is 100% not a precursor to a bigger move. There's not going to be some Brandon Ingram, Zach LaVine-ish, whatever move before the season starts. and that this is simply clearing space. They have 2 roster spots to fill, and now they have about $6 million to do it with. And at $6 million for 2 roster spots, you're either getting let's remember, by the way, too, that they worked out Jay Crowder, and they worked out a number of guys, Isaiah Thomas, who I don't think, I think Robert Covington's available. I mean, we need to get into a list a little bit later of those who are still out there. I don't know that they're going to sign for 3, 4, 5, but maybe we could get I'm just throwing Covington out there. This is, maybe we get Covington for $5.5 million, and then you got some vet minimum or G League or whatever the hell. But that doesn't mean that there can't be, number one, a bigger deal down the road, and number two, I could literally have Monty McNair, for example, next to me. I mean, the best source ever in studio with us, and have him say, guys, hand to God, we did not make this move to make a bigger move, and say everything I'm saying right now. And then when he's in his car on his way back to his offices, all of a sudden, GM Joe calls him and is like, hey, Monty, saw you made that move. What do you think about this? And Monty goes, oh, my God. That doesn't mean Monty was lying to us.
Right.
Just like it doesn't mean, if I say nothing big's going to happen. That's where it is right now. The caveat is always, it's almost like the thing, Jason, where we say, well, barring injury.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing, barring something unforeseen that hasn't presented itself yet. This is just going to be a roster fill.
Is GM Joe related to G.I. Joe?
As a matter of fact, yes. And it's, nobody ever asked this, but GI and the G.I. Joe stands for gastrointestinal. And GM Joe, you think, no, it's for Good Morning. It's good. Those are the 2 brothers. It's Good Morning Joe and Gastrointestinal Joe.
One got the better end of that.
What? I think, yeah. I think definitely I'd rather be gastrointestinal. That's why I was yesterday at the golf tournament.
You were.
We'll take a break when we come back. Safe or outs? We've got New York baseball, superstars, and snakes. I know. And coming up, 3 for Madness. At 7:28, you're going to want to stick around for this segment. We're going to talk about the WNBA and why I think Sacramento's screwed. I think they're screwed. I think they're screwed for a team right now. But coming up next, Safe or Out, right after this word from Jason Ross about Sac State. After this.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Stingers up. Hey, this Saturday, make sure you get out to Hornet Stadium for Sacramento State football. The Hornets at home. They're taking on Weber State, and it's homecoming. There will be post-game fireworks as well. And guess what? You can get your tickets right now at hornetsports.com for Saturday, Sacramento State versus Weber State homecoming, 6 o'clock at Hornet Stadium. Stingers up.
Meta Chevy Silverado Blowout is on with $12,750 off MSRP. Every new 2024 Silverado Half-Ton LT in stock after rebates, or choose $12,000 off MSRP on every new 2024 Silverado Half-Ton RST in stock after rebates. Exclusively at Meta Chevy at MetaChevy.com, Sacramento's Silverado headquarters. Whatever Silverado you choose, you'll save thousands at Meta Chevy. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, leasing, some other offers. List period in 2010 model year or newer. Ends 10/31/24.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Disturbed. Live. Oh, get up, come on, get down with the 25th anniversary of the 5-time platinum album, The Sickness. 2 sets, 1 show, The Sickness in its entirety, and greatest hits with special guests, Daughtry, and Nothing More. Friday, May 9th, Golden One Center. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Disturbed. Live.
For 76 years, the Keys family from Naturewood Home Furnishings has been serving families just like yours and mine. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. The Naturewood team takes great pride and significant effort to offer Northern California families a vast selection of home furnishings, most of which are made right here in this country. The kitchen table, which we purchased so many years ago, speaks to the enduring quality of the Naturewood product lines. We treasure memories made seated around that table with family and friends for birthday celebrations, school projects, and many late-night meals when the day just got away from us. Naturewood has provided thousands with home furnishings that not only last for generations, but also lead to everlasting memories of cherished times. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings now during their 76th anniversary sale and get started making your own brand of memories. Meet the Keys family at Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room. And guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The garage won't open again.
We're all out of coffee.
Life has enough surprises. Your car shouldn't be one of them. Stockton Honda keeps your car worry-free. From routine maintenance to that something's not right moment, our certified Honda experts know how to fix it right the first time.
Here you go, ma'am. You're all set.
Thank you.
Stockton Honda Service Department, keeping you ready for the road ahead.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
First, Mike Brown. 8th, followed by Michael Malone. 9th. The least likely coach to get fired this year? No surprise. Greg Popovich and Steve Kerr, both tied. But weirdly enough, a little ahead of him, Eric Spoelstra.
Okay.
Yeah. How about that?
How about that?
Safe or out? Question 1.
There was a snake on the loose in the Dodgers dugout during game 2. Safe or out? Snakes are scary.
Yeah, that's safe, dude. And I read the article, and it said that like it wasn't a big snake, and so like
it's big enough.
Grounds person, whatever, came over and wrapped a towel around it. Like, sorry, dude. I fully understand that like garter snakes and but I'm not going to take the time to like get to know this. I know that if you're snaky, and snake around, like, here's the thing, dude. Anything above like a pretty big night crawler, and I'm good, dude. I'm good on that. I don't want any part of it. And I understand, like, man, what do you, fruit in your beard? You don't drive a truck. I get it, dude. I admit snakes are I'm like Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Exactly.
I'm the same.
Like Indiana Jones.
It's always been that way for me with snakes. They are scary. Safe. I've just never been a fan. Like if I've been in I don't know, not here, but there's maybe it was somewhere on the radio station. Sometimes someone brought in a snake, like a big, and like, don't you want to like get close? I'm like, not really.
No,
I mean, I'm not going to run out of the room, but I also don't need to be right by it. Not a fan.
And also, look, I don't want to paint a broad brush, but I usually do. Just to be irresponsible. I also have known some snake people.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put it this way. Every snake person I've ever been around is just weird. They're just weird, dude. They've got like snake, and it's not even snake people. It's like reptile people. You've got like your snake aquarium or whatever that is. You have there's all weird lights, and you have like your iguana and your lizards, and you have like black light posters on the wall, and you're listening to Fish and smoking weed, and you have really, really long hair, and you watch a lot of Apocalypse Now, and you talk quietly, but also look like you might, have a manifesto somewhere.
Wow.
You've
been around your share of snake people,
That's my experience with snake. Like, snake person is a very specific, for the most part, type. You have dog person, cat person, snake person.
Okay.
I'm good on snake. I would actually prefer cat person. I'll read poetry with them or do whatever they do.
Yeah.
Snake person, no.
What about ferret person?
Oh, that's different. Ferret's cool. Yeah, a little ferret. Yeah, it's a little ferret.
What they do? That's the noise? Okay.
Second down, number 2, second base. Next.
The Mets grabbed game 2 in LA. Safe or out? They now have control of the series.
Out, because the Padres did the same thing. And how'd that work out? Look, it's baseball, man. It's not. You got home field advantage back, but the Mets or the Dodgers can very easily go to New York and take one. So, no, I don't think that's the case. I think if go up 2-1 we'll talk. At 2-3 wins, we'll talk.
Yeah, I think the best thing the Mets did was finally scoring the Dodgers. Right, there was that streak they had, 33 straight innings of not allowing a run. So now all of a sudden the Dodgers' confidence had to be high, and the Mets just jumped on them early. And so I think that was big for them. Ended up winning the game. Yeah, I don't know that they have control of the series, but the next win will really dictate who's feeling well, right? The Dodgers won the first one easily.
Mm-hmm.
Mets were pretty comfortable in the second one. Game 3 will be the interesting tell.
Number 3.
Shohei Ohtani is hitting 222 in the playoffs. Aaron Judge is hitting 133. Safe or out? Jason, these may be baseball's biggest stars, but they are wilting in the postseason.
Right now, I guess that's safe. The funny thing about baseball, so the next game, Shohei goes 3 for 3. That average is going to be like over 300.
Yeah.
Judge goes 3 for 3. His will crawl over, 200 probably. All it takes is a couple of big hits from them. Now, if they don't get them, by definition, I guess, but I bet you either one, let's say their averages stay the same. What's that? Shohei at 222, Judge at 133. And if either one ends up with a ring, who cares?
I mean, that's very true.
Right? But where they care is if they don't end up with a ring and they perform that way. But I think both teams are quite fine with those guys on their rosters.
I don't. I mean, you got to get there.
Yeah.
And there's no way that's happening, or very unlikely that's happening without them. That being said, just Aaron Judge lifetime in the postseason is now at 204.
Mm-hmm.
And Shohei Ohtani lifetime in the postseason, 222.
Yeah.
Stinky.
They're just shrinking from the spotlight. Is that what it is? Too much on their shoulders. Meanwhile, Teoscar Hernandez rises to the occasion.
Yeah. Somebody's got to get the hits.
Can I tell you, though, that is one of the endearing things about baseball playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes it's Shohei Ohtani or Aaron Judge that leads you, but it's like almost more often it's like Craig Counsell or David Eckstein, like those guys.
It's kind of the nature of the sport. Well, this really wouldn't happen in football or basketball. Like you almost have to be involved in the offense, and that just that's the way the sport works.
All right, we'll take a break. Chris wants to be out on time and do our job and get good ratings. So when we come back, the Yankees win, the Mets win. We'll get into this next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their valuable tools, but to protect their professional reputations. For pros, the WeatherGuard badge makes a statement about what drives them. It says, "Bring it on. Been there. Done that. We've got your back," without saying a word. And the folks at WeatherGuard, they're just as driven as the hardworking pros they serve. See what it means to be driven at weatherguard.com.
It's better over here.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
In business, service is everything. Cintas delivers what you need to better serve your customers. Whether it's freshly laundered work apparel for almost any job imaginable, tested and inspected fire protection systems, first aid and safety supplies, on-site AED training, or mops and restroom products stocked and ready when you need them. Better work days happen together. So visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Have you heard you can listen to your favorite news podcast ad-free? Good news! With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Enjoy shows like The Daily, Up First, and Consider This, available ad-free on Amazon Music. To start listening, download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free. That's amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Despite having no experience, Gavin Newsom made Jessica Morse his, quote, wildfire specialist. The result? Under Newsom and Morse, insurance rates and utility bills skyrocketed. Millions of dollars were slashed from the state's fire prevention budget, and they were even caught lying about their record, while millions of acres burned and families lost their homes. Now Gavin has chosen Jessica Morse again, this time to run for Congress. We have a better choice. Kevin Kiley. As our congressman, Kevin Kiley has worked across party lines to secure millions for wildfire protection and expand water supplies. And Kevin Kiley's bill to protect Lake Tahoe will bring up to $415 million home to our district to reduce the threat of fires and restore the ecosystem of the lake, delivering results and making a difference. Let's keep Kevin Kiley working for us.
I'm Kevin Kiley. I approve this message. Paid for by Kevin Kiley for Congress.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
Hey, this is Greg Pop-Up. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884. Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system? and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost, or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
It's homecoming for Sacramento State football this Saturday, 6 p.m. versus Weber State. Stay for the post-game fireworks. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. I'm responding to on Twitter, Kings France. It's basically a French Kings account. There's a few international Kings accounts. And one of my favorite things to do, because I appreciate, like, you live in Europe or wherever, and you've chosen the Kings, and these guys are like diehards, and they have diehard followers, and, you know, imagine what, like, we just watch the games at 7 p.m. and, you know, talk about them and go see them and all that. These guys live on the other side of the world where the games over there generally start at what? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 a.m. And so they're
4 a.m.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. 8
They're
hours.
9 hours ahead, right?
Is France? I know England's 8.
Yeah.
Is France 9?
I would assume so.
I thought France is like 2 hours from. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. You're right or wrong. I don't know. I think we can find out very easily. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So, and so the fact that they follow so closely and glean whatever bits of information they can, I have a lot of respect for that. So they were responding to what we talked about earlier, how it's probably, you know, the trade yesterday is probably not a precursor to a Brandon Ingram type move.
Right.
And so but what I love doing on social media is like because I'm tagged in it, but it's all in French. So I'll go on Google Translate and I'll write my response, like I'll write them something in English and then copy paste it from French and then quote tweet it. Because, you know, I feel like it's, you know, it's like shout out to them. Like, really, shout out to them. And that's the least you could do is like respond to them in their language. So yeah, see, it looks like I speak French.
What does that even say?
I don't know, what the hell did I say? I said that's not to say that something big won't happen in the future, but it's just unlikely at the moment.
That didn't look like that.
Cela ne vous pas dire que quelque chose d'important ne se. I don't know.
They're 9 hours ahead.
Smooth.
So that means they're waking up at 4 in the morning. Could you imagine
that's like you,
waking
Chris.
up at 4 in the morning to watch your team play?
I take it back, screw.
Yeah. Well, they're not better than us.
But they have more games to watch than you do, right?
Well, see, Jason, I've got the English Premier League. Then there's the Carabao Cup. Then there's the FA Cup. Then there's the Champions League, which has added even more games to the schedule.
What's
then
the
you're going to have
what's Champions League?
Oh, that's the best of the best.
Oh,
You're the best.
Remember that movie,
around.
Best of the Best? It's like that, but soccer.
The best around.
No one's ever going to take you down.
Mm-hmm. Huddersfield Town got their draw yesterday for the FA Cup first round. We're away at Tamworth. Yeah, let me tell you, Tamworth.
What are they worth?
It's always like these English names are so funny. Like,
where is that even at?
Honest to God, it's in England.
It's near Tam.
Maybe
it might be in Wales. Yeah, it's like, well, we're going. We're going to be playing, hosting Eaglethorpe, and then following it with Tamworth and Beddingshire. Anyway, your Yankees won, Jason.
Yeah, they did.
They did, and Juan Soto got it started.
Here's the 2-1. Swinging and hit high in the air to deep right center field. And that ball is gone into the Yankee bullpen. I never thought it was going that far. It did. And the Yankees take a 1-0 lead.
1-0 lead. And how about a wild pitch, Jason? It was wild.
Here's the 2-0. It's a wild pitch. Coming home and scoring is Judge. And the other runners move to second and third. The Yankees take a 2-0 lead on the wild pitch.
On the wild pitch. You know what's better than a wild pitch? 2 wild pitches.
The 1-2 gets away from Naylor. Another run scores. We'll call that a wild pitch to allow Stanton to score. The Yankees take a 3-0 lead.
Wild thing.
Wild thing. Hey, I got an Aaron Judge highlight. Hey, Aaron Judge. All right.
Now the 3-0. Swung on a high fly to center, not deep. There's Lane Thomas making the catch. Tagging and scoring is Gleyber Torres. It's a sac fly and an RBI for Judge. And the Yankees now take a 4-0 lead.
Glad somebody texted this because I forgot to bring it up yesterday. 916-339-1140 is our text line. Is it true the Kings won't let cowbells into the arena this year? If that's true, that's a shame. I've been a season ticket holder for 13 years. I always have my cowbell. So somebody texted me, was a preseason game Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Portland. Somebody had tweeted at me, it was like, hey, we brought cowbells and they told us they could be weapons and we weren't allowed to bring them in. We had to go back. Yeah, exactly. And they tagged Golden One Center in it as well. And then I watched as it developed. So I was like, I don't know that unless it's like is it a cowbell with an arrow attached? Like I don't know why that would be the thing. And then somebody at the Golden One Center account, props to them, like reached out and apologized and said, no, you can bring in cowbells. That was a mistake by security. So
okay.
People make mistakes. It's whatever. But yeah, no, you can bring
that was news to me. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, like, be
smart about it.
Be smart about it. Don't bring, a sharpened cowbell that's 5 feet tall, but
have fun. There you go. Ring away. Ring away, Merrill.
Ring away. I just watched that.
I did too.
I'll bet we watched the same one.
Probably
it was.
Did.
I think it was it Sunday? It was sometime over the
Saturday.
weekend. Saturday. Yeah. Yes, I turned it on. Yes, I turned it on. It was actually. Oh, it was when Merrill went into the.
It was Saturday afternoon.
Yes,
the Army.
That's exactly right. To the recruiting station, and yeah, Signs is just one of those movies, right? And then here's where it screwed me because I had other stuff to do, so I just kind of had it on, but they were doing like an M. Night Shyamalan shot. They were doing a thing, yeah. So it was Signs, which I love, and then I don't, except for one thing, I don't know why this is really bad. And if you haven't seen Signs, sorry, I'm narrowcasting here. But like the scene where they all decide, like it might be their last night on Earth, and they all decide like he wants a cheeseburger and she wants it, and so he makes it all
bacon.
Extra bacon. And then they all have what they have. They're all at the dinner table, and then like Mel Gibson freaks out and starts eating everybody's food.
Stop crying.
And then the kids start crying. And then he pulls them over. They all hug and cry. And then he reaches out and grabs Joaquin Phoenix, and they all do this. I don't know why. that's always really funny to me when Mel Gibson's freaking out. And I think part of it is because this is super, super deep here. If you look at the look on Mel Gibson's face when he starts crying at the dinner table, it's the same exact look on his face, exactly the same look as when he's fighting Lucius Malfoy at the end of The Patriot, and he gets sliced in the back, and he goes, and he has this same, like, if you go back and watch it, it's the same acting, same look, same mouth. I mean, I guess in both cases he's sad, but in one case he's like getting sliced and diced.
You know, in Science, he actually improv that scene that wasn't in the script of him freaking out at the kids.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, idiot. Idiots. Why am I checking? What? Hold on. Hold on. Hit the breaking news. Would you there, please, Chris? Thank you, chat people. I was talking about something.
When it breaks,
We have it first.
it's Sacktown Sports breaking news.
Okay. The New York Jets are doing exactly what we thought the New York Jets would do. They are acquiring Davante Adams from the Oakland Raiders. That deal is now, according to Ian Rappaport,
From the hip.
the Las Vegas Raiders, I'm sorry. That deal is now completed, according to source says. Davante Adams reunited, and it feels so good with Aaron Rodgers. Thank you, chat people.
You see Schefter on what it's going to be?
Did I
tweeted it?
Did he? Let me see. Hold on. Compensation. It will be for a conditional third-round pick that can go to a second-round pick. So the Raiders kind of got what they wanted. I mean, they wanted a second-round pick. I don't know what the conditions are. They haven't put that out there yet. I assume it's like if Davante Adams does things. Maybe it's if the Jets finish a certain place. But after yesterday, and that loss to the Bills, now all of a sudden, look at the JETSs.
At 2-4.
At 2-4, you know what? The Aaron Rodgers wanted it, and Aaron Rodgers has apparently
Davante Adams wanted it.
Davante Adams wanted it, and now you're looking at Breece Hall as the running back, and now you've got Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, and Davante Adams as your receivers. Also, I don't know if this matters or not, but remember, Mike Williams got injured. Something happened to him on that interception towards the end. And I think they would have done this anyways, but I wonder if that was the straw that broke the back there, where we'll find out later today what's going on with him. But if he's out for any significant amount of time, that is a serious upgrade. Skill positions are fantastic for the Jets. The defense is fantastic for the Jets, are definitely above average.
Yeah. I think they're overrated.
Do you think the Jets are open?
I mean, they're 2-4.
They are.
I don't know. I mean, this will help, but I mean, there's a list of AFC teams better than them. But you have to do this. I'm not saying give up on the season. You think that's a good team?
I think
Breece Hall hasn't been as good as he was advertised for this year.
No, he hasn't.
Rodgers, honestly, has. What's the streak now? I can't remember how many games he hasn't hit 300 yards now.
Yeah.
Now, Adams will help, but I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. Here's my case for the Jets. The defense has been their standard the last couple of years, and they have a lot of talent on defense. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if you saw that pass to Alan Lazard yesterday, and I don't know how the hell he completed it.
Oh no, there's still some throws that you can
see,
my goodness.
And the Hail Mary, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
I do think, look, if I'm making a case for the Jets, yes, they're 2-4. They're also 6 games into Aaron Rodgers' tenure there, and an offense that they're not used to, that Zach Wilson had no ability to run, nor did anybody else. And I think there's going to be an adjustment period.
And have already panicked and fired a coach and changed the coordinators.
Yeah.
I think they got ownership that's messy.
Hey, by the way, you know who's not going to be the head coach of I think we can cross Bill Belichick off that list.
Yeah,
we'll have to get to some of that sound. Holy crapperoo. Is he not a fan of Woody Johnson? So we'll talk more and more about this as the day progresses. As breaking news is hit, Davante Adams will be a New York Jet, according to several sources, for a conditional third rounder that could get to a second rounder. We'll also break down what that means or doesn't mean for the Raiders as well. We'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness right after this.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined as always by my co-anchor Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down to T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel, chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2, at T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
24 monthly bill credits. Eligible trade-in on Go 5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits, and credit stop and balance on required finance agreement too. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All righty. Coming up at 7:28. That's in 12 minutes, Jason. WNBA is looking for a 16th franchise. That would tie the league high for franchises. And I'll tell you why. It's almost certainly not going to be here in Sacramento, unfortunately. Sean Salisbury joins us at 8 a.m. In the meantime, it's 3 for Madness. It's Christopher Lott. It's question 1.
Paul George hyperextended his knee yesterday. If he missed any significant time, are the Sixers cooked?
Cooked. Cooked in the sense that they will. How do I want to say this? Like, they will still be above 500. You have Joel Embiid. You have Tyrese Maxey. You have players.
That's what they were last year.
But they're not. Right? And I don't know that. Look, I'm not saying with Paul George they'll win a championship. I know without Paul George they will not win a championship. Not as currently constructed. They'll do what they did last year. But that's a lot of money, man. That is a lot of money to be spending on a guy that is just so that. And that is the. Now, by the way, maybe he misses 2 days and he's back. I don't want to jump the gun on this. But that is the big problem with Paul George is he just is not reliable health-wise. And when you look at, and by the way, more on this coming up later, but he has played, last year he played 74 games. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it is.
Before that, 56, 31, 54, 48. Like, that's the problem with Paul George. So it's not just if he misses a lot of time at the beginning of the season, Jason. This is something that's going to bother him all year long. And is he going to pick up another knock? They need him healthy to have any chance.
Yeah, they did this move partly. I mean, they had all the cap space. They were going to go for a big name. They got a big name, and they want to be in the mix with Philadelphia, with some of these other teams. If you look at what the top teams of the East have done, they've taken from some of the Western teams. Dame Lillard a year ago to Milwaukee. Karl Anthony Towns now going to the Knicks. And then here's Paul George coming from the West to the East. So, but Philly thinks with that trio that they could be one of the best teams in the East. And I want to see it, but they need them all healthy.
Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Kawhi Leonard.
Saw Jody the other night. She was at the event. Yeah,
nice.
Old Jody. You know, I'll say this about her. She doesn't age.
Yeah,
she really doesn't. Good for her. She just does not age. It's weird. Go ahead.
Maybe it's all those children. She's never mind.
God.
Kawhi Leonard has been ruled out for the remainder of the preseason. With George gone to Philly, are the Clippers screwed?
I'm the one that says that's just okay. Kawhi Leonard makes Paul George look like Cal Ripken.
Okay.
Like Kawhi Leonard. Let's go over Kawhi Leonard and his health. Look, there's never any doubt. Kawhi Leonard is one of the greatest players to ever put on the uniform. 68, 52, 52, 57, 60, 9. Didn't he miss a full season in there somewhere too? Maybe not. I thought he did. Yeah, 21, like 21, 22. He missed 2021 and 22. He is incredible. And by the way, I'm not saying like he's a bad person. He's just incredibly brittle. And if you're already having an issue, like somebody on the text line said, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard injured, I can't believe it. That's the problem. And I thought they were all super load managed. Apparently not. Wow, God, that's a great point, Chris. Sorry, we're looking at the TV right now. Is Adam Schefter an FBI informant? What is the
or like a
is he in a closet?
That maybe, yeah.
He's talking and the lighting
the gym, I guess locker room area in the gym. I don't know.
Is this what they were Woj was talking about? Where like is Adam Schefter on the toilet? What
we know he's got a shirt and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's honestly, it looks like he's back in his dressing room and that's his suit jacket.
Yeah.
But like, why do you not have an instant place to that's weird, man. Yeah, anyways, sorry. Got distracted. Yeah, the Clippers. You know what? Kawhi out. You know who's in charge over there?
Exactly.
James Harden, baby.
There you go.
James Harden.
Yeah, I think this is where I think the Kings are in a good position, at least in the Pacific Division, because if you look at the other teams from the Suns, the Clippers, the Lakers, and the Warriors, they all have really good players, and their best players are aging and are near the end of their careers, as opposed to right now where the Kings have their best players. They're all kind of entering that sweet spot.
Yep.
So I think that's an advantage to the Kings there.
Number 3, please.
Question 3.
Zach Edey had 23 points and 9 boards in just 19 minutes last night. Is he going to be a stud?
I think he is, dude. I don't know. He's going to be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but shockingly, a 7'3" guy, 7'4" guy with meat on his bones who has some dexterity. Looks like he's going to do something. I hope so. I root for him. I don't know why. I think it's because not everyone. A lot of people thought he would just be Luka Garza. No offense. Or
right.
Cherokee Parks or Sean May, the really good college player that didn't make it. I'm rooting for this guy. Also because, like, if he doesn't make it in basketball, he's kind of screwed.
Right.
Like, he needs to make enough money to get the, remember in Police Academy when Bubba had to, Alonzo Hightower had to pull the seat out so he could, that's going to be Zach Edey if he doesn't make a lot of money. I don't want to see Zach Edey in, like, a Yugo.
Yeah. I think he's going to do okay. At the beginning, at least. And if he gets to that second contract and he made the money, he'll be fine. He's big, he's skilled, and I think Memphis is going to utilize him in the way that will benefit all parties. So, yeah, I think he is going to be a stud.
I think
I really do.
I hope so. I'm rooting for him. We'll take a break. When we come back, the WNBA is looking for a 16th franchise, and it's almost certainly not going to be in Sacramento. We'll tell you why next.
The Beam Team plays here.
How many times I seen that beam lit up when I was chilling at home? What's the significance of pushing this button? Like I said, when it solves off.
We live and breathe Sacramento Kings basketball.
Live and local with the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys.
This is your home for the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports 1140.
Don't you deserve health care you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Model Year End pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the Model Year End event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Nina, Hothead, let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Disturbed. Live. Oh, come on, get down with the 25th anniversary of the 5-time platinum album, The Sickness. 2 sets, 1 show, The Sickness in its entirety, and greatest hits with special guests, Daughtry and Nothing More. Friday, May 9th, Golden One Center. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Disturbed. Live. Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sacktown Sports.
Oh, it's going to be good. We're going to get to this Monarchs thing in a second, or not Monarchs thing, but I just heard this. I've only heard the first 20 seconds. Jerry Jones has a weekly show in Dallas. Have you heard this?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
On 105.3 The Fan. And he got a little sensitive, it sounds like. Here's Jerry.
Seems like listen, let me tell you what I'll do. Let me tell you what I'll do about it. I will let us sit down and look at the decisions we've made over the last several years. Okay? I'll look at it. Now, if you think I'm interested on a damn phone call with you over a radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. I'm not. And I really don't. And I don't even want our listeners to listen to me. But talk about, this is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask
why.
why.
A job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry,
okay? Y'all really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong and without going over the rights?
Well,
now, listen, we both know we're talking to a lot of great fans and a lot of great listeners. And I am very sorry for what happened out there Sunday. I'm sick about what happened Sunday. Now, I'm not talking to these yahoos on the end of this phone. I'm talking to you, the fans that are listening this morning. And we can spend a lot of time going over zigging and zagging. One of the stupidest things I've ever done that anybody has ever analyzed is buy the Cowboys. It was an idiot that did that. So idiot things can turn into good decisions. Okay? Smart things can turn into bad decisions. The facts are that when you make one, you don't really know whether it's going to be good or not at the time. So let's just go ahead. I'm trying to answer your questions, man. You want some conversation this morning? You're getting it.
Number one, that's great radio. As uncomfortable as that was, nobody turned their radios off, and that clip's going to be everywhere. Number two, what was the line, Chris? I heard you laugh. Even smart things can be. What was it? We're gonna have to isolate.
No, the
that.
idiot move was to buy the Cowboys or something.
Right.
Dumb moves turn into smart moves, and some smart moves turn into dumb
moves.
So we're just trying to make the right dumb move.
This goes right into the thesis that we talk about all the time.
There shouldn't be billionaires?
No, not that there shouldn't be billionaires. There has to be billionaires, Chris, because not many people are smart enough to have that kind of money and responsibility, stupid. No, here's the thing. It is unimpeachable that Jerry Jones is very good at business. Very good at business. He is. He has built an empire. He bought the Cowboys for nothing. He has built them into a powerhouse. And
basically, every NFL team wants to do what he did.
That's exactly right. And it wasn't luck. He took chances. He built things. He trailblazed. And he is easily the most influential owner in the NFL. He knows what he's doing when it comes to that. There's no doubt about that. He ain't perfect, but you got to tip your cap. And he's not a disaster when it comes to running a team. He owns it. His son is the GM. He's the one making the Dallas Cowboys are his real life fantasy football team. That's truly how it is. And by the way, the Dallas Cowboys have won 3 championships under his rule. Yes, that was almost certainly Jimmy Johnson and with some help from the Vikings and Herschel Walker. And they are regularly one of the better regular season teams in the NFL. So let's be clear. He's not a disaster at all. He's one of the better owners in the league. But this is the example of people that are really successful in business that have had money for a long, long time. And the more you have that type of generational wealth, the less you are connected to reality. Everybody's on the payroll. Everybody thinks all your ideas are great. Everybody thinks anything that's screwed up isn't your fault. Everybody sits around while he probably scrolls through Twitter and reads crappy headlines. Yeah. And they sit there and go, oh, Jerry, I can't. Yeah, they only knew. Like, they're so not thankful. And this is why, again, it sucks that the fans don't have an organized voice because he's a dictator. I'm going to do what I do.
You can even hear it in that answer. Look, he's trying to be cooperative, but he's agitated.
Right.
And he's also going, well, I can get some other yahoos to do this.
That's right.
And basically saying, I know how to fix problems, and what I'll do is I'll get it my way. And if that's to pay my way out of a situation, in this case, if I have to pay out your contracts, I'm going to get some other people on that radio station.
That's right. I'm going to talk to, and this just sounds incredibly familiar in this day and age. I'm going to talk to who I want to talk to.
Right. And again, the part I will give him credit for, though it's a weird way to give him credit because I personally don't think he should be doing this, but he's one of the few owners that's going to be out there and talking to the media.
That's right.
So he is there. And everybody wants, Jerry, why this? Why do you think? I mean, but he's one of the decision makers in the organization. But it's just the decision maker. It's still a weird thing, and it's kind of like all these things can be true. Like you're right. They're not a joke, but they haven't gotten to what he wants as far as championship. Like they're consistently a good team. Good. Yeah. But
so idiot things can turn into good decisions.
So I understand why you're giving him credit. And
no. It's a weird way to say it.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. But I would prefer this is me. If I would just like him to go back to work and do the thing that, they got embarrassed. They're not the first team that got embarrassed at home. You don't have to be on the mic to either one, get defensive, talk about it, explain what happened. Go get better, whatever that is.
So a couple of important, let's do backroom baseball here for a second. A couple of important points. Number one, Jerry is going on with the flagship of the Dallas Cowboys. Most likely his appearance was built into the radio deal.
Correct.
The radio broadcast deal. That's number one. Number two, Jerry is going out and speaking publicly because Jerry wants a forum so Jerry can be heard. And Jerry likes to do his State of the Unions. Obviously, the hosts couldn't do this, and this isn't me trying to say, here's what I would have said. I'm Billy Badass. But the great response, although it would have been the last interview, would have been, when Jerry did the snarky, you should come to this NFL meeting because you guys are geniuses, would have been like, Jerry, I've won the exact same amount of Super Bowls as you have in the last 20 years. What are you doing here? Yeah, I could do a better job than you. Again, what Jerry's done business-wise, great. We said the thing the other day. They've also drafted the most Pro Bowlers over the last, I think, 15 years of any team in the NFL. Like, there are some
business,
real good things that he's done. But it's the snark and the ego and the you can't tell me nothing. I know what I'm doing. You don't. There is no reason to believe that Jerry Jones knows more. I don't know those radio guys. There's no reason to believe Jerry Jones knows more about football than those radio guys. Plus, Jerry's just a weird bastard. He really, really is. And the sad truth of the matter is this: unless they back into it, and I don't mean anything other than just trying to be factual here, but unless they luck out and back into it, it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon. They're not going to do anything until he dies. He just has to die off. And that's no guarantee because a lot of the same people said that about Mr. Al Davis. And Al Davis passed away and
it's probably worse.
I think it is. It's arguably worse. And so Jerry's going to pass away. He's 82. And Stephen Jones is going to take over. And there's no guarantee. But the hope is Stephen Jones goes, okay, I'm tired of this GM stuff. I'm going to bring in somebody who knows what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
But imagine being a Cowboy fan and listening to that.
Yeah. Have fun.
Yeah. We got a couple minutes here. I think I can safely get to this WNBA stuff, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Got me feeling icy.
Thank you. Sean Salisbury joining us today. So it was announced yesterday that the WNBA is going to be looking for a 16 team. And immediately, you see on social media, and understandably, there's a lot of people here that want the Monarchs back. Monarchs should have never left. And Vivek, when he bought the team, that was one of the things he said first and foremost, was that he wanted to bring the Monarchs back. And by the way, I just got done slamming a millionaire owner, a billionaire owner, and I'll criticize Vivek when it's warranted. You know that, but I don't think that's BS from Vivek. He's always championed women's sports. He was the coach of his daughter's team. That was the whole story. They went to the state championship or whatever. Like, I don't doubt Vivek's want and motivation to bring the Monarchs here. I don't think that's empty calories. The problem is, and I am happy to be proven wrong. This is me trying to connect dots. I'm 99% sure I'm right, but let me leave the 1% caveat. And I say this mainly because I know there's people over there listening. And hey, look, if I'm wrong, call me. I'll correct it on the air. But I don't think I'm wrong. The new expansion team can't come to Sacramento. It just can't. And we talked about this a little bit about a month ago. When Portland got their expansion team, the owners of that expansion team, it's the Batal family.
Right.
Raj Batal and his kids, grown, adults. They are the majority stake owners in the WNBA and in that franchise. And that's it, straight up. Here's the thing. He's also one of the principal minority owners. You've got the Jacobs brothers, Raj Batal, a few others. You see Chris Kelly, and there's a lot of minority owners still left. Not as many as there were in 2013, but there's still a lot, and Raj is one of the bigger ones. He's also a very large shareholder in the Sacramento Kings. Here's the problem. As I understand it, you cannot have ownership interest in two separate teams in the same league. It's just a conflict. Raj being part of the ownership group of the Kings and the lead owner with the Portland team, as I understand it, has effectively stymied Vivek because Raj would either have to disassociate himself and sell his shares to the Portland team or sell his shares to the Kings team. And there's no real, he would have to be incredibly motivated to do it. Now, here's some ways around that, I think. Number one, Vivek could go apart from the Kings ownership group and buy them himself with different partners. I don't even know if you can do that or not, but I'm just trying to think it through.
Yeah.
Number two, he could pay Raj a premium for his Sacramento Kings shares and buy him out. And by he, I don't necessarily just mean Vivek. That might be the Kings ownership group. I don't know because Raj's grown children are running I don't know if Raj turned over all ownership to them and divested himself from Portland. I don't know if that counts or not because of the familial thing. I don't think it does. But I think what's really, and by the way, what would be the motivation? Why do you want another team in this close proximity to Portland? To go along with the
and San Francisco.
That's right.
Yeah, I think that's as much of anything too. They've added two, both in the, I'd say, general area. That's not fair with Portland, but San Francisco. Proximity, yeah.
I don't think I don't think they can do it. I don't think that, first off, again, like you just said, I think they got stymied by Golden State.
Yeah.
Secondly, the whole Raj thing is just a little wrinkle no one's talking about, but I think it's important to understand. So it sucks. This would be a great top 5 market for women's
it was
basketball.
before.
It really was. Did you ever go to any of the games?
Only all of them.
You still got your ring?
Of course.
It's too bad. It's too bad. It would be awesome. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, who is available that the Kings could add? Their trade yesterday with the Spurs. We'll tell you what this move is and isn't. But also first, we'll reset the Devontae Adams trade is being finalized according to Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter to the New York Jets. We'll go over that next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SacktownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and The Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, The Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
Carmichael Dave here for my good friends at American Energy. Cool weather, if not cold weather, is in our future. You know that. It'll eventually get there, and American Energy wants to make sure your system is operating safely and properly. So now is the time to take advantage of the $49 fall tune-up inspection. That's regularly $119, but includes a full safety and duct inspection. And if your system's over 10 years old, it's free. The tune-up is on American Energy. Give them a call right now. They're offering $50 off your first recommended repair, or if you need a new furnace, that's half off the price of a new unit. American Energy been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You can check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote. That's theaeway.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunk Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Give your family a real treat. Bring out all the flavors of the upcoming holidays with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. Napoleon grills that features other grills can't match. They're built different, built better, built to last, complete with a lifetime warranty. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just because it's October does not mean we can't barbecue outside. Visit California Backyard now for your best selection of grills and Napoleon Grills accessories.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all four arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix. Live and local. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Do. Yeah. Welcome back. All right, Dave. Jason Ross. And on this day, Jason, 36 years ago, one of the greatest examples of how to call a big play in sports happened by a young aspiring broadcaster. Weirdly enough, didn't quite make it in broadcasting, but it's still one of my favorite calls of all time. I wonder what he ended up doing. with his career, because I think he could have been good, but apparently the other people didn't agree.
And look who's coming up.
Pinch hitting for the Dodgers. Number 23, Kurt Gibson. Sorry, Ace fans, by the way. Sorry. Just a big moment. I'm trying to
Trigger warning.
What?
Trigger warning.
Yeah, trigger warning. Let me get through this.
They looked at two bad legs.
4-3 A's, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs,
And the
game 1. I'm just fast forwarding now.
high fly ball into right field. She is gone.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. 9 words.
And then lay out.
And then lay all the way out. Nothing. He could have been like, and Kurt Gibson does the amazing, the miraculous, the derby on one leg. He is the most blood blue. And I'm not saying that would have been bad. Vin Scully didn't speak, by the way. We've timed it before. I want to say it's 1 minute and 4 seconds. It was over 1 minute. Vin Scully didn't say a word.
Wow.
And Jason, I told you before, and if it happens, we can laugh about it. I just have I have this weird premonition we're going to see something like that from Freddie Freeman this postseason.
Oh.
I feel like Freddie Freeman, maybe it's just a big lumbering guy limping around in a Dodger uniform in the postseason, but yes. All right, let's get to this Raiders thing real quick.
Yeah.
Couple of notes on this. Now, the conditional update on that pick. So Davante Adams to the Jets for a conditional 3rd-round pick. In order for it to become a 2nd-round pick for the Raiders, Davante Adams must either A, be on the 1st or 2nd team AP All-Pro.
This year?
This year.
Okay.
That's not happening. That's just short of me being on the end. I mean, it's just not going to happen this year. Or on the active roster for the AFC Championship game or Super Bowl. The most funny thing ever would be is
they got a 3rd-round pick.
Yeah.
Well, I think how hilarious would it be? They make the AFC Championship game and they deactivate him, which effectively they're trading for.
Yeah.
They're trading a 2nd-round pick for a 3rd-round pick in that case, or vice versa. Yeah, very unlikely this becomes a set. Not impossible, but very, very unlikely. This probably won't make Raider fans happy. And by the way, this part isn't Tom Telesco's fault necessarily. In the last 20 seasons, the Raiders have traded 1st-round picks for Randy Moss, Richard Seymour, Carson Palmer, and Davante Adams. They have made the playoffs combined with those 4 guys, a combined no times.
Oh, wow.
The Jets get Davante Adams, and they will pay him $11.59 million this year. They will have the option of paying him $36.25 million next year and the year after. Those are all non-guaranteed numbers. The Raiders will have dead cap on that. In fact, they will be paying Davante Adams to play for the Jets. $13.6 million this year, $15.7 million next year. That's their part of the guaranteed deal.
So he's going to have to move, and if he moves, does that Taco Bell go with him? That's in
I
his
saw
house.
that commercial last night. It actually made me laugh. Like, come on, dude. I've been looking in the chat back and forth, and I'm going to stand in front of the Raiders a little bit here in this case. Because I saw one of our listeners, Mike, saying, whoop-de-doo, a 3rd-round pick. Well, okay, first off, a 3rd-round pick ain't nothing to sneeze at in the NFL. Let's just start right there. It's not Davante Adams, but many a Pro Bowler has been picked in the 3rd round, so it's not nothing. Secondly, if you weren't getting him to play this year and you were going to eat all that money anyways, you just got something for it. Having a 3rd-round pick is better than paying Davante Adams to ride the bench all year and getting nothing. And I was honestly, when you heard those reports last week, worried that's what they were going to do.
Right.
Now, where I'm not going to stand in front of the Raiders is, we've talked about Randy Moss as a reference before. The fact that they lack right now the culture or functionality for a player like that to come in who was clearly unhappy going back to last year, didn't want to play for them. Now he's going to the Jets, reunite with Aaron Rodgers. And I hate to say it, and there's no guarantee here, Jason, I hate to say it for Raider fans, but you know what's coming. You know he's going to go to the Jets and just kill and and possibly ignite that franchise. You say, well, why couldn't he do that here? Well, because he was getting thrown to by Gardner Minshew. Right. And now he's getting thrown to by Aaron Rodgers, and he has Garrett Wilson on the other side and Alan Lazard and possibly Mike Williams to take pressure off of him. No offense to Jacoby Myers and co., but they're not those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an addition by subtraction for the Raiders, but I think it's a move that they had to do because it was wasted energy, wasted time, wasted talent, right? So if you were not playing him, what was the point? Now you got something for him. You're not going to reap that benefit this year, but this starts I think we could all just see that the Raiders are incomplete. I don't know if this is their future head coach. I really don't. I know these aren't their future quarterbacks.
Right.
And Adams probably wasn't going to be a part of the future. He's too talented. Get something for him and move on. You weren't playing him. So they've kind of checked off one box. There's more to do.
Yes.
And you still play this year. You don't give up on anything, but I personally don't think it's going to be a playoff year. But you try also to identify what else you can carry with you. Like a couple of years ago when they weren't very good, I think everybody started to go, wow, this Max Crosby guy's pretty good. Yes, he is. And so now you've identified that and developed that. What else can you find in the rest of this year that you go, okay, we are building around this, and then clearly we got to get a quarterback and other pieces here, and the draft choice can help. You also got to get that part right. And for the Jets, I do it too. I mean,
100%.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think he'll be just fine.
And he's probably going to want to renegotiate that contract. He'll extend it out, take less money, do something, and he'll probably want to retire with Aaron Rodgers with the Jets. It makes sense.
That's fine. Yeah.
I know probably Raider fan also doesn't want to hear this either, but it's just my opinion. If you or me, if I got to walk in and take the Raiders GM job tomorrow, I think probably the first thing I would do. Number one first thing I would do is I would sit down with Max Crosby. I would sit down with him and just talk to him about what a stud he is, talk to him about how much I appreciate through all of this, his loyalty, the fact that he is underlined time and time again, he's a Raider, that's his thing. And I would politely inform him that I needed a list of teams he would prefer for me to move him to. Him and his $100 million contract, which I believe there's still 2 more years left. I would take every piece this Raider team has, starting with Crosby. I know it's like, how dare you? I get it. Look, Derek Carr wanted to be a Raider for life too. There was a lot of money you were going to spend on a guy that you didn't necessarily want. Well, Max Crosby is a stud. But what can you get for Max Crosby pick-wise? What can you get for him pick-wise and clearing cap-wise? It's a lot of money along with Devontae Adams to take off the books. Obviously, you're keeping your tight end. You're keeping your young guys. Mm-hmm. I would do everything I could to take just about everybody over 28 years old, see what I can get for them as far as draft capital goes. Basically, the NBA's version of a complete rebuild. I'd fire Antonio Pierce at the end of the year. I'd bring in somebody that is an established vet coach that's going to get us through and teach one of those coaches that is a teaching coach that can teach a lot of these young guys. And I would, because guess what? Yeah, Max Crosby's great, and he's going to get sacks, and he's going to do his thing. And you're still going to win 5, 6, 7, 8 games this year. Who cares?
Right.
You want to win a championship.
You want to be nowhere.
That's exactly right. You are in the middle of nowhere. Clear it all out. Soak yourself in picks and youth, rookie contracts, maneuverability, and then as you start identifying studs that are coming up through the draft, like they already have with the tight end, then you can start going out, okay, we're going to get this stud. We're going to get that stud. Oh, hey, the Kirk Cousins type move to come in. Maybe you don't want to wait on a quarterback. It's going to take you a couple of years. It is. You're going to suck this year. You're almost certainly going to suck this year, but I have news for you. You're already going to suck this year and suck next year too. If you're going to suck with purpose. Suck on your way to something. I know that's lame.
Yeah.
But this
but there's a direction.
They're churning water right now, and it just, again, We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, let's ask one of the biggest Raider fans we know, Sean Salisbury, to go over all this, and we'll ask him about all the football. We'll do that next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of The Pen, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch, because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, The Pen is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
From the KCRA 3 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Tamara Berg with your Tuesday forecast. Looking at mostly sunny skies, expect a comfortable morning. You may need a layer as you head out that door. For the afternoon, we're looking at mostly sunny conditions and light winds. Highs today will peak in the mid-80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
DC here for Folsom Lake Kia, where they make car shopping easy with a huge selection of new Kia models, low payments, and zero down deals with approved credit. Folsom Lake Kia, your trusted dealer in Folsom for over 25 years. FolsomLakeKia.com.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans, made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
It's Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, and guess what? Primetime football is back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. As always, offering the best food, the best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. So check them out, Capital Casino, and always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
For 76 years, the Keys family from Naturewood Home Furnishings has been serving families just like yours and mine. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. The Naturewood team takes great pride and significant effort to offer Northern California families a vast selection of home furnishings, most of which are made right here in this country. The kitchen table, which we purchased so many years ago, speaks to the enduring quality of the Naturewood product lines. We treasure memories made seated around that table with family and friends for birthday celebrations, school projects, and many late-night meals when the day just got away from us. Naturewood has provided thousands with home furnishings that not only last for generations, but also lead to everlasting memories of cherished times. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings now during their 76th anniversary sale and get started making your own brand of memories. Meet the Keys family at Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, welcome back. Joining us right now as I ended the last segment, the biggest Raider fan I know, diehard, lifelong. Remember, this is a California kid. He may be a big, hotshot, award-winning, handsome, good-looking, well-respected radio host in Houston, but he's California. You cut him open and you count the rings. Yeah, he's a Raider fan. He's a California guy. He's our friend, Sean Salisbury. Good morning.
Morning. How you guys doing? Thanks for the intro. Good to talk to you. And yes, a diehard Raider fan. I bleed black and silver. The problem is the black's a little dull right now, and the silver's got a little tarnish on it. We got to get rid of some games again, man. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, we were going over this. As you know, obviously, Devontae Adams traded to the Jets for a conditional third-round pick, which, judging by the conditions, will stay a third-round pick. And no offense to Tom Telesco, who came in this year, and a lot of this is not his doing. But Sean, I was just going over, like, if I became the GM, and as always, push back. You have no problems telling me I'm full of it. I feel like the move here is to sit down with Max Crosby and thank him and tell him what a stud he is and what a Raider he is. You're paying him $100 million over the next 2 years on the rest of that contract. Ask him for a list of teams he wants to go to. Sean, am I wrong, or is this Raiders team ripe for let's build on draft picks, let's gather them up, let's get on our rookie contracts, and let's really stop treading water and go somewhere?
Oh, Dave, sorry about that. Yeah, listen, while it would pain me, I'm thinking you're suggesting saying trade Max Crosby if you can.
I'm saying full rebuild, and that starts with Max, your most valuable player.
Right. Yeah, that's what I figured you were saying. Yeah, you know what? While it pains me to say, because I'm still a big believer excuse me, in keeping the core of your football team. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
in keeping the core of your football team, if you can. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't want to. I try not to fire sale everything. We see how that works sometimes, where you sign guys, boom, then you're trading 7, 8 of them away, and I get it. The same thing you'd trade Max Crosby away for is that you now would have to go find me another Max Crosby, right?
Right.
So I get it. And very rarely am I a guy on a team that if you got a solid quarterback, you would trade him. And very rarely if your quarterback's a star, that somebody trumps him as far as, well, okay, then I'll trade it. That's the core of my team. Somebody else, not a quarterback. But Max Crosby is the heart, soul, core. He's everything that you want in Ted Hendricks, Phil Villapiano, Howie Long, John Madden, Kenny Stabler. He is Raider. So if I could, because now that I've lost him, now I got to go search for him. But yes, and your part of it, Dave, is you got to go out. That's a guy that would garner a lot of assets.
Yeah,
I do get it. If there was a way for me to work around him, keep him under the frame, and then you're going to get somebody under a rookie contract, so it saves you money. I get it. So yes, the philosophy by you, if you're going to fire sale it, and let's go and build it the way you need to with a first top-ranked quarterback, do all the things you got to do. I hate to think about Max as a fan, but as a front office guy, makes sense, Dave. So, yeah, I think it's time that you got to start to think about that and realize you're not very good. The talent's not there. A lot of your core is Josh Jacobs is gone. You don't have the quarterback anymore, Carr, who, whether you're going to win a Super Bowl or not, he was part of that core. You got Max. I mean, guys have come and gone, and they've missed on some draft picks. When John was there, they missed on some guys, put some flyers on first round. Taking a flyer on a first round pick's not the way to go. That's got to be, if you have done your due diligence, you cannot say, well, what if? My first round picks can't be what if guys. They just can't. And the Raiders have missed. Now, they've hit on some, but we can go over the list, and you guys know the list. They have not dominated when you got to dominate. And then the fifth rounder's got to hit once in a while. The fifth rounder's got to, Brock Purdy, you got to find that guy somewhere. So that's the due diligence of the front office. But yes, Dave, to your question, it's time. Not go and get some high-priced 32-year-old free agent that's got 2 years and you overpay.
That's right.
It's time to get guys like Max Crosby that you can find somewhere in the draft and hope they turn out. And then you got to build it, and you got to find a guy under center who's a grown-ass stud, who is a football-playing Jesse, who when he shows up in the building, everybody looks different, plays different, and acts different.
Sean, on the fact that they did move Devontae Adams, felt like they had to, where he was, where they were with him.
Agreed.
What do you think he'll be now, kind of in a new life with the Jets?
Well, Aaron's got to play better. and I'm sure he will. But now, what's going to be the excuse for the Jets now offensively? They got Breece Hall who can run it. They've got the former Rookie of the Year and Wilson who can play. They've got weapons. They had weapons. You just added, got better. See, I'm all about getting better. What's the risk for the Jets? A third-round conditional 2 for a guy who, with Aaron, his energy is going to go up, right? Listen, and talk about player empowerment. We knew where he wanted to go, and what's the one team? The Dallas Cowboys could use him. A whole bunch of teams could use him. He got to go where he wanted to go. So he wins the whole thing, and they're paying his whole salary in New York. He wins, and Devontae does. But I would expect his energy to go up. I would expect Aaron to have a newfound buzz in that locker room. He's a great player, which now frees up other guys. Even if he doesn't have a great game, what it does for defensive coordinators is make you go, okay, now who we doubling? Now who's the guy? I'm sure Garrett Wilson is going to elevate his play. But there's a lot of things the Jets got to fix that aren't just getting Devontae Adams. But they had to do it. Devontae wanted out. You weren't going to get the kind of production you wanted from him. I know he's been banged up. Watch how quickly he gets healthy and how things change for him. But the Jets still have a ways to go before the talent says yes. The performance says they got a ways to go before we can count them being a contender again. Yet I had them winning the division. So I'm anxious to see, but I think it's a win. I think it's a good to get, some assets for him. You were going to lose him at some point anyway. He wasn't going to come back. You were going to trade him in the offseason more than likely. So I think this is a good thing, and I think it'll help the Jets. And hopefully along the line, the Raiders can get better at that position. But the truth is, you don't lose a Devontae Adams when he's healthy and playing, and all of a sudden think your roster is better. But for the future, and we are thinking future, the Raiders had to do it.
Sean Salisbury with us. Sean, here's a hypothetical for you. If Cal McNair showed up on your radio show, the owner of the Houston Texans for our people out here, and he said to you, Sean, it ain't your job to go over the mistakes I've made, and I'll find somebody else to ask these questions. Now, you don't back down from anyone, but let's just be honest. As I said earlier, we can all be Billy Badass on the air, but you have a job to do. Those are big relationships. How the hell do you react in real time to something like that when an owner is basically melting down on your airwaves?
Well, first off, and Jerry and we spent an hour plus talking about it on our show because we are the flagship for the Rockets and we are the flagship for the Astros. And I asked that tough question. Dana Brown, the GMs, and on my show, he's come on and I've asked him simply, and he respects. I think the fact that having played and been in him, maybe that helps a little bit. That shouldn't be the reason why somebody gives you respect. They give you respect because you have a job and they got a job. I literally asked Dana Brown, why is Abreu getting innings when Jose Abreu was struggling? It was a question constantly asked. He didn't go off on me. It was a tough question that he answered. The very essence of when Jerry said, I don't come on here. You don't come on here and Dick basically talking about the interview. Well, Jerry, and tell me and ask questions or question me. Well, Jerry, the funny thing about it is the very definition of an interview is you're a guest. I am going to ask questions. I'm not willing to. I'll tell you how I'd answer to Dave. I wouldn't have laughed in the background when he threatened me. You hit the mic, mute the mic and then do it. I know Sean and RJ very well. RJ we worked together. He was a board op when I was there in Dallas. I love them both. I think they did a good job. This is mainly on Jerry, and I know he's powerful, but you can't back down. Now, I'm not going to respond disrespectful, but the same respect Jerry Jones is asking for is the same respect you're damn well going to give me. My dad didn't raise a bitch. I'm going to tell you that now. So I've been in the business 30 years. If I ask a question that's personal and that I become that guy who's looking for a fight, every right for him to fire back. They are the flagship, but simply by saying what the roster, how do you upgrade it, or why not move on from it? He doesn't have to answer the question. Some of us may have phrased the question different, but there was nothing personal. If it's respectful, tough questions, but fair, I don't have a problem with it. And I said it on the air. My boss would not have walked in, and he's the CEO of all the West, this part of the country division. He would not have walked in. All they ever ask, because it's a partnership, is be respectful. But I lose credibility if I softball Jerry Jones and say, man, Dak played great. You guys look pretty good this week. You played hard. And then the next time I hear a coach tell me when their ass gets kicked that you play hard, my head's going to explode. I'm going to throat punch them. Yeah, you're supposed to play hard. That's why you get paid. I don't want to hear it. So with the Jerry, it's not a matter of a tough guy or anything. I would have done what I always do, whether it's Jerry Jones, Kirk Herbstreit, you, Dave, anybody. I'd give them respect. I don't have you on to be a softball interview. Otherwise, I don't need you on.
Right.
If I can't ask you what I'm supposed to ask you, why you got to be on? Now, all the stuff that goes on and he's been on every week for years now, I would have handled it like I would have handled anything. Professionally, but firm. I would have, and didn't call Jerry, he doesn't want it personal, but he called him a yahoo?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yep.
So, now my job is to give the listener and ask the questions that people need to know the answers to. I didn't tell Jerry he wasn't doing a good job. I would have asked the tough, hell, my questions would have been tougher than that. Is Dak Prescott making your players better? Is your run game, is Zeke Elliott worth, I would have asked him, but, I would have handled the smirk and all that or the laugh in the background, but I don't think Jerry gets to threaten my job. I bet I'm just as good at my job or better at my job than Jerry is at his. Damn well, I think I can do his job better than him right now, too. But I wouldn't have said that on the air. You get my point.
Yeah.
I'm asking questions. My job is to ask tough questions and not softball you. And I will never softball a guest. If my boss says you're not allowed to ask tough questions, I either won't have that guy on or I'll work somewhere else. And that is the facts with me. But, yes, I can see how it would intimidate because he's got power. And then he threatens that he's going to remove me from my seat because I asked him about his personnel. Yeah, I would have a major problem if I was a host, but I still wouldn't have attacked him or made it personal. I would have made it professional and fair. Unfortunately, Jerry Jones did not do that in that interview, yet he's asking for the same thing from them. Oh, hell no. I'm a grown-ass man, and you don't get to treat me like I'm a 15-year-old person that's afraid to death of you because of your power. No, professional and respectful. And he was not any of that on this interview.
Sean, one last thing on that, too. What is wrong with this team? What's wrong with the Cowboys?
Well, they can't run the ball. Their protection's not anywhere near what it used to be when the Cowboys would win, even post Troy Aikman, when they had Romo and when Dak started there with, Teron Smith and that group. They are getting beat and defensively in times they haven't gotten beaten in some of the past. They changed defensive coordinators. I like their defensive coordinator. I've known him a long time, but they've lost something with Dan Quinn and energy's missing. And I'll tell you this. I've said all along, I'm a Dak Prescott fan. He's a good player. He gets you to the playoffs. He's not getting you to February under the current roster, but Dak Prescott and a great guy. And you know what he got? Don't get mad at him for getting his money. Jerry paid it. Blame him. He asked for it, and they paid it. Here's the problem with Dak Prescott. Dak needs great players to play great football. Look at what Brady did with Chris Hogan, with Jabbar Gaffney. Now, he had some great ones, but when they left, he still kept them winning. Look at what a guy like C.J. Stroud's done. Nico Collins goes out. Joe Mixon's out until this week. They win. Guys, there's different quarterbacks who elevate the room and make for what I don't know what that recipe is. I know it exists though. Dak Prescott can't win with average players. He just can't. He'll win some games and look good sometimes, but the great Elway was great. He elevated his team, got him to Super Bowls, but he also needed help. And when Terrell Davis got there, he made John better. So certain quarterbacks and players, Josh Allen is elevating Buffalo. Every friggin' week he's making them better, and they don't have that many weapons. Cowboys got as many weapons as Buffalo does, and guess what? Dak can't do that. Dak needs running game, protection, 3 receivers, a solid tight end. He does not take you and take a 6 and make him an 8. He takes a 7 and makes him a 6. And I like him. He's a good player. He can't win with decent players. He has to have great players to be successful.
Last thing for you, Sean. Of the 3, GM, head coach, or national, ESPN style broadcaster, when you get one of those 3 jobs, is there any one of those you wouldn't still come on with us for? Like you'd be like, yeah, I'm too busy.
There's 2 things I can promise you in life.
Uh-huh.
And this is, I know we joke a lot. I'm telling you this right now, and I mean this sincerely. First of all, you can only play so much golf and the rest of it. I don't care if I'm a head coach, a GM, a broadcaster, or any of those things. If I make a commitment to come on, which I would, I got 15 minutes in my day to talk to people that were there when I was sleeping in the back of the truck. So I would never, ever let that go. And I think I could do all 3 of those jobs, but not at once. I don't want to do all 3 at once, but I would never not be on the show. And the second thing is, if I won $5 billion in Powerball, I'm still getting up at 4:30 or 4 or 3:30 in the morning and coming to my morning drive radio show. I might just be I might take a few more vacations. That's all.
You tell Jerry Jones to go blank himself, that's for sure.
I would have no problem doing that. Listen, I don't need money to do that.
That's
brother.
true.
I'm a grown-ass man. So screw that, okay?
You're the absolute best, brother. We
Thanks,
appreciate you. Everything's bigger in Texas, including the owner's egos. So we'll
yeah, there you go. Egos are flying everywhere here, brother. Appreciate you.
all right,
Thank you.
Take care, Sean. Talk to you next week. Excuse me, that's Sean Salisbury. As we go to break, it's funny. We had a group text going. You mentioned the Jaguars, which reminded me, I owe you both an answer. Jaguars Patriots this Sunday. I will be in England. Am I going to go? I looked it up this morning, and the answer is no way. I have a screenshot. Here's some example prices, Jason and Chris, just from the Upper Bowl. Upper Bowl. Get in price. I'll just round down, excuse me. $1,900, $1,500. There is
Upper Bowl.
Jason, literally a seat in the far last row of the upper deck. $1,906.
Why is the one in the deck below cheaper?
$863.
What a bargain.
Yeah, somebody's trying to make money. And I looked at that, though. I think it might be obstructed. I don't know. No. I mean, this is obviously incredibly naive of me. But
you're like, maybe like $60.
That's what I thought. Like, it's England. It's a huge stadium. It's the Jags and Patriots. Maybe I can get in for
it's the game of the year.
From the 916, it's absolutely wild. People here in Sacramento have the nerve to talk about meddling ownership. Truly mind-blowing glass house. Well, let's break that comment down real quick, and then we'll take a break. Number one, the implication is that if Vivek Ranadive is a meddling owner, therefore we as fans can't speak about meddling owners in other markets, which I guess would be somewhat understandable if we weren't going to speak on our meddling owner if he was meddling. I could sit here and fill the rest of the show going down a list of times where ownership of the Kings has been called out in this very time slot for a number of things, going back all the way just 10 years ago. I mean, from jazz bands to Michael Malone to God knows what. Every single, like, I'm not going to, I only speak for me, Jason. I'm not going to call him out just to call him out, but if it's something that seems meddling, the Mike Brown contract situation, went all over that. Like, get it done. What are you doing? Don't do Mike Malone again, whatever. So is the logic behind that text, we have a meddling owner, therefore we can't speak about other teams meddling? I just don't understand thought process in that.
Also, we talked about it, I think, from the beginning, when I would say if we're doing a scale of when things, excuse me, felt like they were being more, for lack of a better term, meddlesome, happened at the beginning, right? When you begin a new job, like
100%.
I know how to do this. This is how I'm going to do it. And then you take your bumps, you take your lumps. There were mistakes made. I think they were all very well chronicled. And I would say at the bigger picture, there's been less of that.
I 100% agree. I think, like most owners, Vivek was a baby giraffe coming out of the womb when he took over the team.
And I know how to do this. Well, it takes some time.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it's not exclusive to him. In fact, it's very, very common. We remember the whole jazz band and 4-on-5 and, oh, by the way, positionless basketball. That actually worked out really well for all that. Chris Mullen and you're on a look. Anybody ever buy a house or a car? And like maybe you got I don't know if you bought a convertible or something. And so you spend a little bit. I know when my wife got her Jeep, here we go. When my wife got her Jeep, we took the top off, drove up the mountain her and the car. We drove up the mountain. We were like, we're Jeep people. We're Jeeping around and the wind through our hair. We're playing the Eagles and we're Jeeparoo. I don't remember the last time we took the top off of that car. He just bought the ultimate Jeep.
Yeah.
And so at first you have this joy. He's like, hey, I remember when he called in on this very morning show, this before you and I were together. randomly called in, and it was Pete D'Alessandro, Vivek, Chris Mullen, and Mitch Richmond. They were at some restaurant in LA, and they were passing the phone around live on the air, just taking turns doing the interview. It's like, hey, Mully, hey, Mitch, hey, this, hey, that. Well, that was dumb in retrospect, all of that. Like, it didn't work out. All the wrong people were hired for this team. It was a car wreck. Imagine, like, we don't think about the realities of, like, you just bought an NBA team. You have to hire somebody that you trust knows what they're doing so that person can hire everybody else. And here's the reality. The owner writes the checks. Therefore, the owner does get to be in the room. The owner does get to participate in the decision-making process. But the best owners they have a couple of jobs. Job one, find the right person that knows what they're doing, pay them a fair wage for commensurate with that, and shut up and let them do the job. Consult with them, ask questions, but in the end, you're the basketball guy. Your job is to cut ribbons, sit courtside, speak at events, right. Be an ambassador. Behind the scenes, sign the checks, and shut up. And at first, that wasn't the case.
Correct.
When was the last time Vivek Ranadive was on this station? Do you remember?
Ooh, gosh, no, I don't.
I think it was 2 years ago with us. And he was talking about
really feels longer than that.
Honestly, the older it might be 3 or 4 years. Remember when Vivek would do availability at Media Day? Remember when
it's been a while.
I think it's probably been 7 or 8 years. When we see Vivek now, it's usually like at the A's thing. It's at some coordinated deal, whatever. I mean, and by the way,
those are the kind of things he should be speaking.
100%. And pulling back the curtain, by the way, we have like a standing request that I reiterate every 2, 3, 4 months. You know this, Jason, where we'd love to have him on. And it's completely his right to not come on. I don't fault him for not coming on. When you don't go on radio shows, you don't say dumb things on radio shows. And I don't mean that he would. I'm just saying, he has gotten a lot. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying he doesn't still make mistakes, but the Kings regularly have a payroll that is above average, at the very least in the NBA. He has empowered a guy, Monty McNair, that you think knows what he's doing, does a good job. I think Vivek is 30 times the owner today that he was when he bought the team. And that's just the honest
and that's what you want, too, right?
That is what you want. Yes, exactly. So, anyways, now I know some people don't want to hold ownership accountable. I think as long as it's not personal, God, you work for the team.
Yeah.
I work for the flagship.
The point of the beginning of this is Jerry's been doing this long enough.
That's
where
right.
You would think like, okay, this is the first or second. Okay, these are some mistakes he's making. This is 30 years with the Cowboys.
As long as it's not personal.
Yeah.
As long as you're not calling the person and names.
Right.
If you can't question them on a legitimate level, then what are you doing in this job? And I'll go to break with this. Here's another thing. We have said things on the air before, and full disclosure, I've gotten calls from the Kings. It's like, you got that wrong. Here's why. I disagree with that. Here's why. And that is fair play. You know what I've never gotten? I swear to Christ on my children, I've never gotten this. Never gotten a phone call either directly or through management where it was like, you can't say this.
Right.
You can't say that, or we need you to say that, or put that. Never, not once. I get the conspiracy theory. Never happened.
Nope.
And that's never happened to you, correct?
Never.
We'll take a break. When we come back, 4 down territory right after this.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
Tired of ads interrupting your favorite news podcasts? Good news! Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Stay up to date on everything newsworthy with podcasts like The Daily, Up First, and 5 Things Uninterrupted at Amazon.com/ad-free. Just head to Amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
feel so good.
You do feel hot. DayQuil Kids will take care of that fever.
What about my cough?
DayQuil Kids has that covered.
Will it make my throat feel better?
Yes, that too.
But will it taste good?
Yep, DayQuil Kids comes in your favorite flavor.
Purple?
Well, yes, it's great.
Try new DayQuil Kids Plus Fever, the daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6+. Use as directed.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sacktown Sports.
Spins away from the defender in the paint. Soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Your water heater. Old, rusty, forgotten. We hardly ever even think about them until there's no hot water. Right now, get incredible rebates up to $3,000 off and financing available for as little as $40 a month. Leave it to Bonnie to crank up the heat.
The shot clock is ticking, and your home team is driving up the court. But don't miss your chance to score big at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Save on a new Accord, HRV, Ridgeline, or the all-new Prologue before the buzzer sounds on year-end deals. Don't get benched by high prices. Slam dunk your savings today.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report.
The Sacramento State Hornets are back at home this Saturday. Come check out the high-flying Hornets as they host the Weber State Wildcats. It's homecoming, so come check out some great football and stay for the post-game fireworks. That's Saturday, October 19th, as the Hornets take on Weber State, Hornet Stadium, 6 o'clock. Tickets on sale now at hornetsports.com. And remember, Stingers up.
Get in on the action at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. With over 80 table games, more than 2,100 slot machines, and a thrilling high-limit room, you'll enjoy a casino experience on a whole new level. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Shop Big O Tires now through November 3rd and fall into savings with up to $120 instant savings on 4 select in-stock tires with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required. Disposal fees extra. Not valid with other offers. See Big O dealer for details.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
From the KCRA 3 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Tamara Berg with your Tuesday forecast. Looking at mostly sunny skies, expect a comfortable morning. You may need a layer as you head out that door. For the afternoon, we're looking at mostly sunny conditions and light winds. Highs today will peak in the mid-80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Dave.
He's got very good sources, and he just kind of tells you everything is to the point.
She's smart.
He has a lot of smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
Sacktown Sports.
Hey, the guy that texted about how do we talk about the ownership when the ownership?
Yeah.
Says, hey, you're right, Dave. You guys have, to be fair, you've held ownership accountable. You're right. I'm wrong. I can admit that. Hey,
you don't have to be wrong.
You don't have to be wrong. But you know what? In today's day and age, how often does somebody say that?
He's not wrong, just ignorant.
Wow. You're stupid. You stupid.
If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be
right. A couple of things here for 4 Down territory. The Raiders are not paying any of Devontae Adams' remaining salary, according to Adam Schefter. The Jets are assuming the balance of that, so that's good. The Raiders have now freed up $28.4 million of cap space for next year, and now project to hold around $108 million in room the following offseason. That is 5th in the NFL. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Okay.
Also, minor news, but the Los Angeles LA Chargers have signed Eli Apple to their team. Great, another Apple Charger.
Look, I found the place your life is going, in the garbage.
Nice catch, Blanco.
Got me feeling icy.
4 Down territory starts right now, please. Curtis says it's funny, which, as my wife says, it never, ever means it's funny. It means the opposite. It's funny how fans of other teams want you to rebuild while never having to go through a true rebuilding process. It's easy to say, oh, just do this when you've never had to do it. Man, I love Curtis, but sometimes I wonder, did he snort paint?
Could be.
What are you talking about? I'm a Kings fan. My Giants are needing a rebuild right now. The Niners, do we not forget the pre-Jimmy Garoppolo years?
Or the Garoppolo years.
Or the Garoppolo years. My Florida State Seminoles have 1 win.
You would like to rebuild.
Yeah, dude, no. You're literally addressing, Curtis, the tank commander. It's official. I have the badges and everything.
Yeah.
The tank commander. What are you talking about? You got to rebuild. You know who's the number 1 seed in the Western Conference? The Oklahoma City Thunder. You know what they've been doing? Rebuilding.
Quite well.
Where do you think all this Philadelphia 76er stuff came from? Remember when they were winning 5 games a year? I'm not saying it always works. You got to draft the right people. You got to do it right. But what the definition of, what's the saying? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing again, and then, you're insane some more, and then there's a lot of insanity.
It's a long definition.
The Raiders are like doggy paddling for 22 years. They're doggy paddling.
Are they doing it like that?
Not just like this. Not very effectively. They're just kind of splashing the surface. You need to drown them and then rebuild them.
Okay. Bring it back to life.
Bring them back to life. Yeah. Resurrect the Raiders. That's what I say. Commitment to that.
Okay.
All right. Question 1.
We got a plan.
The Raiders are at the Rams this Sunday. What will the percentage split be amongst Rams versus Raiders fans?
Hey, you know what? I don't know. I don't.
Are the Raiders still the most popular team in LA?
Wait, you said, hold on. At the Rams. I'm sorry. I apologize. I heard that wrong. I thought I for some reason thought this was in Vegas. Okay, I got you now. Oh, dude, it's going to be over 50% Raiders, I think.
Like 60-40?
I think probably at least. The Raiders are the most popular team in LA. The Raiders are not even the most popular team in Las Vegas.
Right.
It's so weird, and they should be in LA or Oakland, in my opinion. But yeah, Raider Nation travels, and
even the NFL said they should be in LA.
Yeah,
I mean,
people from the league did.
Yeah,
I'll go 60-40 Raiders.
I think you're right. Yeah. It won't be a Niner-esque traveling, but who does that? But man, what we saw with the terrible towel takeover of Allegiant Stadium, oof. Second down, please.
The Jags have 2 straight games in London. What will they do for fun while they are there? And Dave, are you going to the game?
So yeah, I should have saved my thing till that. Well, although during the break, Chris showed me
development.
Yeah, there's been a development. I guess I'm on the wrong site because Chris was showing me some other site, and there was like a 94-pound ticket.
That's heavy.
It is. So that's about $120-$130 American.
Okay, that's more reasonable. That's a good amount of money, though.
I mean, no, for sure. But I'll tell you this much: it's going to be about a $60 round trip train ride, 2 hours from Leeds to London.
About the experience, though.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll tell you this much: if I can, I'm going to check because I'll be at the town match this Saturday. If I can get into the match for under 100 pounds.
I mean, your diet's pretty good, but I don't know if it's that good.
It's so stupid. I think I'll do it. We're home against the Bristol Rovers this weekend.
Ooh, Bristol?
Bristol Rovers, dude. Not the ones in Connecticut either.
No,
the English
Rovers.
Original Bristol. Yeah. Why isn't it New Bristol in Connecticut, by the way? It's New York. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll go. Just depends on the. I'm not paying like $500 to travel down to London and see some.
It's a Jags game at a stadium that holds 90,000 people. I can't see how tickets could be that.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And
Patriot Nation's traveling
for realsies. What do they do for fun? There's a lot of cool stuff. London's a cool town, man.
It was actually smart that they're there for 2 weeks. The teams that are shuttling back and forth, they could just, even though
too big.
I'll tell you what they won't be doing for fun: eating.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
Guarantee you they've traveled their own chefs and will be doing the bulk of their eating in the hotel.
You're out of your mind.
Really?
Yes.
You're championing British cuisine.
No. I'm championing cuisine in London.
If you're saying they're going to grab some Indian food, it's going to be good. I agree. If you're saying they're going to hit a fish and chips, fine.
French.
I'm saying you got 3, maybe 4 nights where you can go out and do something. I'm saying in general, the food over there. Not only does the food over there the cuisine's not great, but also I have noticed this too, and I don't want to get too in depth. Let me see here. How do I say this? You ever eat a steak? And then you don't wash the plate, and the next morning you wake up and all the fat and juices have kind of congealed.
Mm-hmm.
I find that's kind of what the toilet paper looks like over there when you use it. There's some sort of grease in their food that is different from the grease here. And I think it's like the water in Mexico, how Mexicans can drink the water in Mexico and they're fine. My Lily's stomach goes out there, and if I drink the water, I am screwed. I think you build up this immunity to it. It's the same thing with the food over there, dude. Every time I go over there, it's just dab, dab, dab. It's dab, 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 dab. I'm dabbing. Yeah, exactly, dude.
Best eating I've ever done on a trip was my trip to the UK.
I thought it was Cincinnati.
What are you talking about?
You don't eat English food in England.
I get that. I understand that. I'm just saying.
You go to Chinatown. You go and get curry somewhere.
I do, and that takes care of it. I can't do curries multiple nights, dude.
I didn't say to do it multiple nights. Go to
Pakistani
place.
Third down.
3 teams in the AFC are 2-4. The Jets, the Bengals, and Raiders. Are any of them threats to make the playoffs?
Well,
the Raiders
before the Devontae Adams news.
The Raiders aren't. Let's move them out.
Okay.
The Bengals. The Jets are a threat to make the playoffs. Let's move them out. The one I struggle with is the Bengals. I'm shocked.
They're my Super Bowl team.
Now look, they're 2-4.
Right.
All that means is that the best they can do is win 13 games this year,
which would be great.
It ain't over. They just don't look great.
No, they haven't.
And if we go to the schedule here, as they say in England, their losses are to the Patriots, the Chiefs, the Commanders, the Ravens. They've beaten the Panthers and the Giants. I don't have anything to hang my hat on with their schedule. They play in Cleveland this weekend. It'll be an interesting test, followed by home against the Eagles and home against the Raiders. I honestly, I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to do it.
So any of them? Maybe just the Jets?
The Jets. I think the Jets. I am more bullish on the Jets than you are. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but yeah. I'm saying they got helped a little bit.
They're a little – they definitely got helped. They got better. They're behind a good amount of teams. I think there's good teams in the AFC. I guess of the three, yeah, you're probably right. It's the Jets, but I don't love any of the three's chances.
I'll tell you this. That loss last night is really going to hurt. And they shouldn't have lost that game.
Right.
They
play the Bills again, and
fourth down, please.
3 teams in the NFC are 2-4. The Giants, Saints, and Cardinals. Are any of them threats to make the playoffs?
Remember when the Saints were 2-0 and outscoring everybody by 100?
Yeah, I do.
I don't think any of them.
Yeah, I don't. The only one I think is the Saints. The Cardinals aren't going to make it. The Giants aren't going to make it.
I know the Cardinals did a great win against the Niners and then laid an egg against them.
Yeah, just got that.
No momentum.
And the Saints are going to miss Carr for a while. And you got Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Atlanta's much improved. I believe you said that. That was the pick you made that did work out preseason. Atlanta's much improved. Tampa Bay is a good team. I'm with you, dude. I don't think any of those three are going to make it happen, Cap. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not. We'll go streaking. Also, Niners at 9 coming up. We got your top and bottom 5, what to watch, crosstalk with Styles and Watkins. So, hey, we got an action-packed hour 15 for you, Jason Ross. We'll be right back after Dallas.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Styles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
Rita, Jorge, let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Meet Cheryl.
Hey.
She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Advanced Infusion Center, where we prioritize your comfort and well-being. Whether you're managing a chronic condition or seeking specialized IV therapy, our state-of-the-art center offers tailored solutions to meet your needs. Advanced Infusion Center's dedicated healthcare professionals are here to ensure your safety and provide personalized care. Conveniently located in Sacramento and Yuba City with flexible scheduling options. Experience a new standard in infusion therapy. Visit Advanced Infusion Center today at advancedinfusion.com.
Model Year End pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the Model Year End event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
Jeff Lynn's ELO.
Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why.
Live in concert in Sacramento. The Over and Out Tour. Jeff Lynn's ELO. The final tour. All the hits. Live at Golden One Center, October 23rd. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
All right, Chris, who or what is hot?
The New York Mets.
Okay. Yeah, they are. Why?
Going into yesterday's game, the Dodgers had a 33 straight scoreless inning stretch, but the Mets ended that in the first inning of Game 2 and went on to beat the Dodgers 7-2. Sorry, why is this getting on my
3?
7-3. I'm like, why does it say 7-1? That's not right. 7-3 to tie the series at 1 game apiece in the NLCS.
That makes them hot.
They're hot. Well, then if they're hot, who's not?
The Jets and Bills. Last night was the first NFL game where each team had 10 or more penalties and missed multiple kicks since October 18th, 1987, which is famous because that was a game between the Bills and Giants that was being played by replacement players during the NFL player strike.
Scabs.
Bunch of scabs. During the break, I found this, which I often will. This is interesting. I don't know why. Spotrac is a great site to get all kinds of cap numbers and nerdy stuff. I don't know why, but for some reason they posted this. If a new team were to acquire Myles Garrett from the Browns, his guaranteed money this year is $806,000. Next year it jumps to 19.8. The following year, $25 million. The interesting thing is in 25 and 26, those are non-guaranteed. So if a team were to acquire Myles Garrett, they would be responsible for $806,000. And it got me thinking. Number one, why are they posting that? Number two, the Browns are underwater.
Yeah.
They are right now threatening to have the worst trade in the history of the NFL, including the Herschel Walker trade, because of the $200 million guaranteed to Deshaun Watson. I think they would do anything to get off of Deshaun Watson, or anything to get out of that.
The owner that sold Babe Ruth is going, thank God there's someone else out there.
Seriously. Now, it makes you wonder, man, does John Lynch make a phone call? Does John Lynch make a phone call and put Myles Garrett and Nick Bosa on that same defense? Now, hey, they ain't giving away Myles Garrett. It's going to cost you. But what if it, I don't think you're paying what you paid for McCaffrey, especially unless you're really planning on keeping this guy beyond. But that's a couple of fantastic.
Yeah, what would that cost?
I got to say it's going to cost you at least 2 firsts. At least. I think it starts at 2 firsts. And is it worth 2 first-round picks to effectively and most likely rent Myles Garrett? But then you ask the question, is Super Bowl worth 2 first-round picks? I say yes, it is.
Yeah, probably. Especially for this organization.
Not that you're guaranteeing that.
Right.
But when it comes to first-round picks, let me give you an example, not to pick on these guys, but From 2019 to 2022, the Raiders had 7 first-round picks. So 19 to 22. Of those 7 first-round picks, how many are still on the team, Jason Ross?
I'll go with 0.
None. Not one. Not one. So first-round picks ain't guaranteed, says the guy that tells them to rebuild, but you got to pick the right guys.
Exactly. Gives you a chance.
Before we get to streaking, I thought this was interesting. Here's the audio. Vince Carter's in the Hall of Fame. And part of the speech, I think, might catch your ear a little bit.
To the Sacramento Kings, Vivek, I know Vladdy's here. Dave Yeager, thanks for that last deal, my guy. Appreciate you. No, really, thank you. To my teammates, De'Aaron Fox, George Hill, Justin Jackson, Buddy Hill, and the rest of the guys in the family of Sacramento, thank you very much for allowing that young but old guy to still show that I had a little bit left in the tank.
Yeah. I love Vince Carter.
He was listing all his teams. He did some work there.
He really did.
Yeah.
He really did. I love him.
But he was a great guy.
He really
He's
he's not anymore.
Yeah,
Jeez,
no,
wow.
Just here. That was the only time he was great.
Let's go streaking right now, please.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking.
All right, Jason.
Okay. Well, our streaking numbers aren't very great. Dave, you're at 0. I'm at 0. Chris is at 2. Show leader. So let's see how we did. Dave, you took Fred E. Freeman.
Yes.
What's the E stand for?
E stands for Eeyore.
Okay. Fred E. Freeman, 5 plate appearances.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
He got 0 hits.
Okay.
You're a loser. Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you shouldn't be, because you are dirt.
Screw you, Freddie Freeman.
I was at 0, and I said, you know what? I'm taking Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge got up twice. He had a walk, he had a sack fly in there as well, but he got up twice, 2 official plate appearances. He got 0 hits.
Wow,
Loser! You're a loser. Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you shouldn't be, because you are dirt.
So you and I are both dirt.
Well,
and Chris was at 2, trying to get to 3. He took Iglesias.
Julio.
Yeah, from the New York Metropolitans. He got up 5 times, and he got 1 hit.
Of course he did.
So Chris is at 3. You and I are at 0.
But
new day today, game 2 of the Yankees Guardians. That's all that's available.
I ain't taking no Yankees. Tired of that. Give me Jose Ramirez. That's
Okay.
what I better would say.
Yeah, okay.
Jose Ramirez.
I'm going to take Gleyber Torres.
Hey.
Gleyber Torres.
I'm going to take Alex Verdugo.
Wow. The one guy with Latin heritage doesn't roll as ours. Great. We've tried our best. We're trying to pronunciate properly. Have some respect.
Verdugo.
Honestly, I can't roll my R's. It sounds like a grr. Like it's a different. I can't do the tongue thingy. I've tried. Like Michael Buffer is amazing at it. No idea. It sounds like a grr. Like I can't do the tongue thing. Okay, don't isolate that.
Okay. What's next?
We have a minute. It says 8:55 here. It says 8:56 and 22 seconds up there. Who's lying? Nobody?
No.
Okay. Well, we do have a 4-pack of tickets to give away for Sac State football back in action this Saturday, and the Hornets need you to cheer them. Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
I mean this with all love, which usually means I'm going to say something crappy, but what do we need? What's going on, man?
We need love. We need fans. We
Right?
need support. We need the Stingers to be all the way up.
The Stingers have been down lately.
Yes, they have been.
We need erect Stingers.
That too.
Yes. Yeah. Go cheer them on. Hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now.
It's homecoming.
We're looking for caller number 3 to win the family 4-pack to check out Sac State this Saturday. Oh, God. Really? More like Wienerburger State because they're lame. Weber State's coming in. They're pretty good, aren't they?
The Forest Lake of the Big Sky.
Ugh, hate Weber State so much. Have you ever been to Weber? I have. It's terrible.
You know what city it's in?
Weber, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
You know what? Grow up and call yourself Weber.
Thank you. Like I don't own a Weber barbecue. Pronounced the same.
Chris Weber.
Pete Weber, the bowler. Who am I? I am. Who do you think you are? I am. All right. Caller number 3 right now. 1-800-920-1140. Hey, we're back. Let's do some Niners at 9, and let's do it next.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another 3-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down to 23 points. Snatched De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Don't you deserve healthcare you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for California, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right, welcome into the last hour of the show for today. The news that broke during the show, the Jets and the Raiders working out a deal with trade conditions as far as Davante Adams. Could be a second-round pick. Most likely will be a third-round pick going back to the Raiders, but Davante Adams back with Aaron Rodgers and a New York Jet. Dave, there was a small sliver of hope when it was first talked about Adams wanting out. Like, oh, man. I was picturing him as a 49er. I get why it never happened, but that would have been fun.
That would have been.
They didn't need him, but you'd never turn it down.
Yeah,
it cost you too much.
Yeah, I thought about that too because there was a little bit of a rumor.
Yeah,
but then it's like it'd be like the Kings adding a really good point guard,
right?
You know, they
just take on more talent.
Yeah. By the way, you said something earlier that caught my ear. Sean said it too about Aaron Rodgers and how he hasn't really played well, but the numbers don't lie.
Right.
I will submit one thing to you. They are 2-4.
Yeah.
But for example, last year, through the same 6 games with Zach Wilson under center, the Jets scored a mere 113 points over 6 games.
Okay.
Under Aaron Rodgers, through 6 games, the Jets have scored 113 points.
You didn't get him to be 2-4 and to be Zach Wilson. You got him to be 4-2 or better and get him to the Super Bowl.
Disagree. I think you acquired him to be 2-4.
Yeah.
Yes, and to be just like Zach Wilson.
And I forget what the number is of last time he threw a 300 yards. It's like 30-something games.
Well, the Niners don't have that issue.
No.
Although they're not tremendously better than 2-4.
No.
But they
feels like they should be. I would say they should be 5-1, but they're 3-3. It's the reality.
Well, sometimes you get a boost in the most unlikely of places, and I would submit to you, Jason Ross, that maybe not, because you just talked about acquiring Devontae Adams. Well, the Niners obviously are not acquiring Devontae Adams, but remember, Devontae Adams got a 3rd-round pick. They did, however, today or yesterday, I should say, acquire a receiver with a 1st-round pick.
Yes.
And that is the return of Ricky Pearsall, which means far more than just another receiver.
Yeah.
Jacob Cowing, 49ers, had this to say about Ricky Pearsall returning. And what was his swag level?
Seems to have a swag level about him. Can you describe Ricky's swag?
What?
Coldest white boy I've ever seen. I ain't gonna lie. Swaggiest white boy I've ever seen, for sure.
Hey, look, man. I know nothing about being cold or swag, but I feel like if you get shot in the chest.
Was that him getting shot in the chest?
In the background?
Yeah, right. Seriously, what was that? And you return a handful of games later to play National Football League football, you're the coldest, as the kids say.
Yeah, and swaggiest.
And the swaggy. You were honestly, P off Mount Rushmore. It's swaggy Ricky Pearsall. Swaggy P, nope. You're dethroned, pal.
I do not think anyone should pee off Mount Rushmore.
That's a great point.
They don't let you.
Swaggy Ricky?
Yeah.
Swaggy R? Or maybe he's just Swaggy P.
Swaggy Pearsall.
Swaggy Pearsall. He's the new Swaggy P.
And I mean, we've known was coming back. There was talk that he wanted to come back that first week, and I just almost felt like they put him on IR just to avoid that. It's a miracle. Like I sometimes athletes, not sometimes, they do things that are miraculous, and we just kind of like, oh, okay, they're back, or they recovered, or they moved on, or they did this, and like, I hope people appreciate how amazing that is. I mean, literally, we could be talking about one of the worst, not the worst, but a tragedy, right? It could have been absolutely awful.
Can I go a step further, Jason? It probably should have been. He got shot in the chest.
And it missed everything somehow.
Right. Like, you want to talk about a new lease on everything.
Yeah.
This guy's going to be he's a man possessed. Good for him.
I mean, in the timeline of when, the Niners front office finds out about this and decision makers, you're thinking, oh my gosh, do we just not like,
right.
We may have lost a life. This affects them, but on the football level, who cares? But a family, friends, connections, all the people that were related to him, to, oh my gosh, it looks like he's going to make it somehow. Great. Wait, why were we actually talking about him maybe playing football again someday? Wait, maybe he could play this way. Like, it just went so many different levels. And the fact that he is going to be joining a team that is really good, and they drafted him to be a part of this team, and he can be there, I just think it's amazing.
And just because the dude got shot in the chest doesn't mean he's going to be a tremendous wide receiver.
Right.
Let's be clear.
Right.
But that's not something like you get at the combine. Like, hey, how would he react to getting shot in the chest? Like, also, by the way, If Ricky Pearsall plays, let's call it 9-10 games, I don't know, has a decent rookie year, nothing crazy, maybe finish it. Let's see, 7 games or 10 games. Let's say he finishes with 400 yards receiving and 30 catches. I don't know. Obviously it was far different with DeMar Hamlin, but I gotta imagine he gets some comeback player of the year votes.
Sure.
But can you be a comeback player of the year as a rookie?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what the rules are there.
I'm not sure if you can.
At the very least, can we get an ESPY for Ricky?
Yeah.
Can Ricky? Yes. Like the XYZ athlete from the past, you could pick several. Overcoming Adversity Award goes to. That's a good award.
And I think
I just made up.
I got to imagine there's just a jolt to the locker room too, don't you think? Because apparently there was the day. What was it right before the season? They were going to have a function at Shanahan's house, and then they videoed him in, and everybody just got this huge lift. I would think the same thing would happen now that he's back and practicing.
I think that's
a miracle.
That's what we're talking about. It's the uplifting of the whole squad. It's like, I mean, I know that there's a thin line between motivation and toxicity, but it's like, oh, I'm tired from the thing, and my ankle has a bruisey on it, but he got shot in the chest, and he is out here doing drills. My thing ain't that bad.
Right.
Let's win one for the Ricker.
That's the exact speech.
And can we reacquire the Ricker? I think Ricky Schroeder's lost it.
Oh, yeah, it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, he lost that.
He lost that. Yeah. He is no longer I think, screw Swaggy P. He's the Ricker.
Did Adelman ever have that?
I don't think voluntarily. Who is this? Hold on. It's always good to grab it. Turn your radio down. Always good to grab an unscreened phone call. Who's this?
Hey, this is JR. You know what gets my stingers erect is that announcer for the Sacramento State Hornets.
Hooah! That's right, Scott Marsh.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing with Ricky. If he comes back and has a good game, he's going to be a legend. I mean, you're going to sit there and go, remember that guy that got shot and he came back and he had 10 catches? I mean, seriously, years from now, people will go, there was one Niner that got shot and he came back. How do you not call him Superman? He's already got a nickname. He's Superman. He might as well just wear something underneath, show his S, come out there, get a few catches. Him and Brock can be dudes.
I'm looking right now. Is that his nickname?
Superman?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I like one win one for the Ricker.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. And then, for the record, I peed off Link in the nose once. So there you go, Chris. Bye-bye.
Right. Who hasn't, though?
I know. I knew JR had. There's pictures of JR up at Mount Rushmore. They don't want him back.
Still pissed I didn't buy that thing of Lincoln's hair. That's
really?
That stuck with me for a long time.
What would be a more proud moment in your house, the Berlin Wall or Lincoln's hair?
Oh, Lincoln's hair.
Okay.
No,
I don't know.
The Berlin Wall is just a rock. I mean, it's the Berlin Wall that my wife has. But it looks like it could have come off of a brick fence downtown or something.
I'm sure Lincoln's hair looks like it could have been from anybody.
No, but it was on Lincoln.
You're sure?
And you can clone a Lincoln.
You could clone a Lincoln. You could sniff it. What kind of shampoo did he use? Probably flowers and elderberries. I don't know, whatever the hell they used. Scurvy or whatever was going on back then. It's Lincoln's hair. It's not like it's his back hair. It's his hair off his head. Although
he got shot.
Hey, which would you rather have? Would you rather have like a bag of like Lincoln got a buzz cut and you have a bag of Lincoln's hair or same situation, but it's his entire beard. Like his entire beard got shaved off and is in a bag.
Well, if he shaved off his beard, he wouldn't be famous for the beard.
No, but let's say it was like post John Wilkes Booth. Like they were piecing him out.
They took his beard from him
They
too?
did. Well, they had to. For him to, I don't know.
I don't think I want either.
You wouldn't want either?
I wouldn't want it.
Oh, come on.
Honest.
Dude, you're telling me, this is dishonest. You're telling me if I bought a baggie of Lincoln's hair, like a dime bag of Lincoln hair. And I was like, guys, and I had these little like tiny baggies. I don't know what you use them for. The kids do, whatever.
Lincoln hair.
And I put like a few strands of Abraham Lincoln's hair in there, beard or head. I was like, guys, I want you to have this. You'd be like, I'm good.
Yes.
You're either full of it or you're lame. No, dude, come on. You're telling me that you wouldn't take that baggie and like find a way, like you put it in like one of them like little cubes, and then you get like a framed thing of like I
think I would then put a sign, allegedly Lincoln's hair.
No,
hey, here's hair off a dead guy.
It's certificate of authenticity. And I would get like a big old framed painting or photo of Lincoln, like looking all Lincoln-y. And then I'd have the little cube at the bottom, like you would a baseball card. And it's like Abraham Lincoln's hair, and put it on the wall.
As long as in the photo I had like a little patch of hair missing on the photo.
This is game worn hair. Guys are crazy, man.
We're crazy.
You don't display the Berlin Wall.
Well, we just found it. We found the Berlin Wall in our house.
What? How did that come?
It was
about
in
again?
it was in my wife's box. My wife has a box in the garage that is filled with memories and different things. And she was going through it with the kids not that long ago. And she found the piece of the Berlin Wall that her like grandma or something bought her parents or something.
It'll be worth money someday.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's where it would end up, in something like that with Lincoln's hair.
No way, dude. I'm putting that on the wall. I am displaying Lincoln. Not in like the dining room.
Oh.
But it's in the garage or something on the wall. It's in a place of honor, maybe in the office. Here's the Kings 2002 lithograph. Here's a hard hat from the stadium. Here's a bunch of Will Clark cards with us. Hey, Lincoln's hair and wow, what a conversation piece. How'd you? Yeah, well, did it, and then someday, boom, baby Lincoln's.
Get out of my office.
Do you know how much you can get an original piece of the Berlin Wall for?
How much? Probably like, let me guess. Hold on. $19.95.
Jason?
$500.
Close. $27.95.
See, because that's what I'm saying. Now look up how much can you get an original piece of Abraham Lincoln's hair for? Ain't gonna be no $27.95. Not if it's real.
How does one know it's real? You're saying it's authenticated.
Yeah,
from
like
when did they were doing that?
Because you can you can DNA hair. Like they can run the DNA and be like, that's Abe's.
They kept it nice and secure from 1800.
It is a lock of hair cut by Lincoln's Surgeon General Joseph K. Barnes.
Joe Barnes.
Oh,
yes,
Shifty Hands
Barnes. And how much? Didn't it sell for like $12,000?
$81,000.
Oh. Okay, I thought it sold for like $12,000.
That was in 2020.
Wait, that's better.
81,000? No, I'm saying like $12,000 is like still
you'll spend $12,000 for Lincoln's hair.
Too expensive. I ain't spending no $80,000.
I thought you meant if you had it, what it was worth.
I could get like some friends to go in with me. Like maybe we all each put in $2,000 and then we split the hair 6 ways. What if it's like partially bleached? Like we never realized this, but Abe had he had what are they called? Highlights.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at the hair right now. It looks pretty gray.
Right? Hey, as
like he was stressed out or something.
As we go to break, I'm never gonna have a chance to bring this up again. Can I just ask you something real quick? This is gonna sound like I'm a really terrible person, but I'm just asking a question because it's an innocent question. I have a friend, a really close friend of mine. And he gets his hair shaved and then he grows it out to like mid shoulder length. And the hair, when he shaves it, goes to Locks for Love for kids, right? Yeah. Like super awesome charity, right? It doesn't get much better than that. So like, I'm not having fun with this. I'm honestly asking a question here. I've always wondered, here's what I've always wondered though.
I don't like where this is going.
No, I'm just asking. Because my buddy is like half gray. He's in his mid 50s. So it's like his hair is like half gray and half brown. This is an honest question I'm asking. What is the process between him shaving his hair off and then the kid getting the hair? Do they dye it, or are there kids out there running around with like half brown, half gray hair.
Have you ever seen a kid running
No,
around?
I haven't, but I don't know how many kids am I going to come across like that I don't know.
Honestly, is it always kids though getting it?
I think so. I think it's like the kid division, or I don't know, whatever it is. But no, I'm just saying. Though, I've always wondered that. Like, are there kids running around? I mean, God bless them. Like, awesome. I mean, not, you know what I mean? Like, awesome they have the hair, but like, are there like salt and pepper wigs out there?
Yes.
Or do they dye it? Or do they dye it when somebody out there has to know the answer to that? I've always wondered that. We'll take a break.
The more you know.
But I don't know. I want to know. When we come back, NFL top 5 and bottom 5 next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Don't let summer energy slip away. Live the active life you love year-round with a personally fit arch support system from the Good Feet store. Precision engineered to support all 4 arches. Good Feet puts your feet in a more ideal, comfortable, and pain-free position. And Good Feet arch supports are now HSA and FSA eligible. Book a free fitting at goodfeet.com or come in and get a free pair of OS First Performance socks. Free. Normally a $25 value at the Good Feet store.
It's 4th and goal. The pressure's on. The home team needs this to win it. No matter what you're up against, it's always a win at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Special finance options and trade-in offers make it easier than ever to upgrade your ride. Because at Stockton Honda, we believe everyone deserves a winning deal.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's Old One Report.
It's homecoming for Sacramento State football this Saturday, 6 p.m. versus Weber State. Stay for the post-game fireworks. Get your tickets at hornetsports.com.
Oh. What? Is that's you? That's me too?
No.
Oh. That was oh. That's Jason. Oh, the wonderfully talented, incredibly cynical Chris Roulade.
Do you know Sings this?
It made me furious that Jason made me think.
Serious, right? Laura Branigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always my go-to. Who?
Was I right, Chris?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Black box.
Really? Like the thing you find in planes?
Guess so.
Wow.
Why don't they make the whole plane out of the black box?
What's the deal?
You always find the black box. Who was that? I remember that's a bit.
Seinfeld. I don't know if it was actually his joke or just the joke people made to make fun of him.
What was it I saw the other day? I want to credit the comedian, but he got me. He was telling a story.
Sis boom ba.
What is that? What happens when a sheep swallows a bomb?
I don't know, something like that.
The sis boom ba, the noise it makes.
Yeah.
So this guy was saying that he lives 2 doors down from an older gentleman, guy in his 90s, right, whose wife had passed like 20 years ago. And unfortunately, the man has, he's kind of got dementia. He's forgetting stuff. And he said, every day this guy comes to my door at 9 a.m., almost on the dot, and says, have you seen my wife? And every day at 9 a.m. on the dot, I have to explain to this man that his wife has been gone for almost 20 years now.
Anthony Jeselnik.
And I've thought of moving. I've thought of not answering the door, but I just can't bring myself to it because I just can't help but want to see the smile on that man's face every day when I tell him. Thank you, Anthony Jeselnik's forthcoming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess. Hold on. This is a good game. I'm gonna guess Christopher Laud is not a fan of Anthony Jeselnik.
Jason, would you like to take a guess?
I think you are.
Seen him twice.
Son of a.
Why would I not like Anthony?
I don't know, because I could solely see you being like, yeah, I don't like how he takes people, he says mean things and does the thing, and then, he turns around, his whole gig's about making people feel terrible and being shocking. It's not funny. I could see you having some thunder take on Anthony Jeselnik. That's just out there.
Thunder take.
By the way, I have the honor of being able to say I literally fell asleep at an Anthony Jeselnik show. It wasn't my fault. I was with my sister. It was in LA.
Someone else fell asleep?
No, I fell asleep, but I had been up like a long time, and then I don't know. It was just he was testing out material, and the guy that opened for him is the guy that did that Netflix show all by himself, the comedian that was really good. It was in his house, and he was singing songs and stuff. This is during COVID. Bo Burnham. I'd never heard of Bo Burnham before, and he opened for Anthony Jeselnik, and I think he was insanely good.
Yeah.
And then Anthony Jeselnik, I think, was just test driving some things, and it wasn't great. Top 5, bottom 5.
You fell asleep on the ride.
I fell asleep we were in the back, and all of a sudden, Lindsay, my sister, pokes me and goes, "Dude, you just snored." No, I didn't. I'm awake.
Snorted at his joke.
I snorted it at his joke. All right, top 5, bottom 5. Jason, I always pick how we do this. You pick it. How do you
let's do the bottom 5 first. 28 through 32.
All right, well, that part is a little bit easier. The worst team in the NFL, I'm still, even though they by far don't have not by far, but give me the Miami Dolphins.
Okay,
I know that
sticking with that.
The Miami Dolphins are horrific.
Okay.
The Jacksonville Jaguars, 4th worst. It could be any of these, though. The Carolina Panthers, the New England Patriots, and then I really don't think because of that defense they're the 5th worst, but it's just how they've looked. And I don't think this is going to last the whole season, but I will say the Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
Right now.
We're similar, except for I just don't have the Dolphins in my bottom 5. And then your last team. My 5th worst is the Titans. My 4th worst, Browns. 3rd worst, Patriots. 2nd worst, Jaguars. And the worst team, the team that beat the Raiders, the Panthers. So how about 5-1? What do you got there?
5-1, baby. 1-5. I'll go with the 5th worst.
5th best?
That too. The 5th worst of the best. Give me the Buffalo Bills. They sneaked back in with their win against the Jets last night. Number 4, their destruction of Dallas really kind of led us on to that one. They have 1 loss this year. It's by 4 to a team that won their division last year. Give me the Detroit Lions, although that could change very quickly with Aiden Hutchinson now. Number 3, the Texans. And number 2, the Vikings. And number 1, the defending Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay, we're similar. I have one different team in there, and they're also at 5, like you had the Bills at 5. I have the Ravens with winners of 4 in a row back in at number 5. The Texans I put at 4. You had them at 3. I put the Lions at 3. You had them at 4. And then I have flip-flopped the 2 and 1. I've left them at 1. So the Chiefs at 2. The Vikings still
You are
1.
standing strong with those Vikings.
Yeah, they didn't play, so I didn't want to punish them. Yeah, I'll leave them right there.
Well, again, it's Jason Ross rules, which means we're only going by what happened this year. And by this year, I think the Vikings do have more impressive wins than the Chiefs. They do. So
Number 1.
I found them in my backpack. What do you think of these? I feel like these are kind of nerdy. Hey, Jason. No,
really.
Dork. Would you tell me if they were? See, Chris. That's the difference.
No, actually, I like those.
You do like those?
Dork.
All right, we'll take a break. I found some glass.
Nice frames.
Hey, nice frames. When we come,
what's the Pythagorean theorem, nerd?
when we come back, what to watch and other stuff. We'll do all that right after this.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis, put the frosting on the cake, put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a 2-hand clutch makes it 114-106.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
There are so many things I love about fall weather. The crisp air, the changing leaves. It's all so magical. Until my kids catch a chill outside. That's where Kohl's comes in, with cozy layers, warm jeans, and more. I found all the styles my kids need when the seasons change. Plus, I got 20% off with a coupon and earned Kohl's Cash. So here's my style forecast. Prep better for fall weather at Kohl's. Select styles. Offers end October 20th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Made a Chevy Silverado blowout is on with $12,750 off MSRP. Every new 2024 Silverado half-ton LT in stock after rebate. Or choose $12,000 off MSRP on every new 2024 Silverado half-ton RST in stock after rebate. Exclusively at Made Chevy at MadeAChevy.com. Sacramento's Silverado headquarters. Whatever Silverado you choose, you'll save thousands at Made Chevy. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, leasing, some other offers. List rate in 2010 model year or newer. Ends 10/31/24.
When it comes to fighting for families and protecting kids, no one works harder than our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover. A member of the Bipartisan Problem Solvers Caucus, Hoover has worked across party lines and proposed tougher penalties for fentanyl crimes, stricter sentences for drug trafficking near schools, and RILA's law to make sure anyone who abuses a child is held accountable. A former school board member, Josh has fought to support school police officers, prohibit homeless encampments near schools, and increase funding for school facilities. Josh Hoover knows that families have been paying more for everything from gas and groceries to utilities and insurance. In the Assembly, Josh is working to provide relief to families, reduce the cost of housing, and stop Gavin Newsom from raising gas prices even more next year. Josh Hoover is making a difference for our families, our community, and our future. Our voice, our Assemblyman, Josh Hoover.
Paid for by Hoover for Assembly 2024.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Don't miss the action as the Kings tip off their 40th season in Sacramento. Be there for opening night at Golden One Center on Thursday, October 24th, when the Kings take on the Minnesota Timberwolves at 7 p.m. Tickets for all games are on sale now, so be sure to get yours to see De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, new addition DeMar DeRozan, and all of your Sacramento Kings take the court. Head to kings.com/tickets to secure your seat for the action.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
And we're back. As we take you till 10 o'clock, next segment, we'll have Styles and Watkins in here. A little crosstalk with them. Some celebrity birthdays to round out the show. See how they do on their guesses for today. But if you missed anything from earlier in the show, the biggest news, the breaking news earlier, the 2-4 Jets, after losing yesterday, have acquired from the Las Vegas Raiders Davante Adams. The Raiders are scheduled to get at least a third-round pick in return. It could elevate up to a second-round pick. Odds are it'll likely stay the third-round pick. But the Jets are going in to see if they can make that run. They were supposed to be kind of the team to watch. They were, according to some, a team that could get to the Super Bowl, which I guess they still could. But they're loading up with Davante Adams.
I was just reading off the wire here that
you have the wire?
I have the wire. It's a good HBO show.
Yeah.
They've got
seasons,
owner meetings going on right now
for the NFL.
Yeah. And
are those Dallas
those guys go?
Yeah, the Dallas hosts go.
I believe they're there. They're now on the Cowboys.
Geniuses.
And Woody Johnson said, and I quote, "Thinking is overrated. Sometimes you just have to do things."
Okay.
Do you remember the kicker, Anders Carlson?
Yes.
Remember how he played for the Packers?
Yes.
He now plays for the Niners. 49ers have signed Anders Carlson to the practice squad. So, also, it's coming out that it sounds like this is weird. Sources are saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers are looking to possibly bench Justin Fields this weekend in favor of Russell Wilson. Adam Schefter reporting that Mike Tomlin has said Russ is in consideration to start Sunday night's game against the Jets.
So idiot things can turn into good decisions.
I mean,
okay.
Why? I'm not saying Fields is, breaking the records. Good, Dave. But they're 4-2.
Yeah. Well, Russ was going to be the starter, correct?
Yeah. ESPN's even moved Russ to the number 1 spot in the depth chart.
Ooh.
Justin Fields so far this year through 6 games has thrown for 1,106 yards with 5 touchdowns and an interception. And he has rushed for 232 yards and 5 touchdowns. That extrapolates to just about 14. Let me do the math here. About 14 touchdowns on the ground, about 650 yards rushing, about 3,400 yards passing, 15 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Now you could throw more touchdowns.
Yeah. Is he? Wait, what was his passing total? Is he under 200 yards a game?
Yes, he is. He is.
Yeah.
Now maybe look, hey, Mike Tomlin's Mike Tomlin.
Right.
I Mike Tomlin's earned the right to not necessarily not be questioned, but odds are if Mike Tomlin thinks it, it's probably correct. So maybe his thing is like, well, we're doing this with Justin Fields. What could we do with Russell Wilson? But also, it's a rough game to bring him back against that Jets defense.
Yeah.
Maybe this is one of those where he's like, we're probably going to lose anyways. Now I can shut all these Russell Wilson people up, put Justin Fields back in. The Jets odds to win the Super Bowl before trading for Devontae Adams plus 3,000. You bet $100, you win 3,000. The odds after trading for God, I did not know. I don't agree with this. I didn't think a player could have a non-quarterback would have this type of effect. The odds of the Jets winning the Super Bowl after trading for Devontae Adams have gone from plus 3,000 all the way down to plus 3,000. That's weird. You think it'd be at least be like plus 2,800?
A little boost.
Give them something.
I don't think the 2-4 start losing last night. It's not helping. They can still come back from that though.
I feel like that's decent value.
Yeah.
And then finally, before we move on to what to watch, Jason, did you watch the Nets and Wizards last night?
Did I watch the Nets and Wizards last night?
I know you did. I know. I'm sorry. That was a dumb question. What would you? So they have per 36. Let me ask you this: would these be good per 36 numbers? Per 36, these would be good for a game. I think 33 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 0 turnovers on 15 of 21 shooting.
Kyle Kuzma,
close. Ben Simmons, baby, he's back in just 13 minutes. He was 5 of 7, 11 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, did not turn the ball over, played phenomenal defense in the 131-92 preseason victory over the Wizards by the Nets. Jason, comeback player of the year, probably in the bag. Does he get one of the top 2 defensive first teams?
Is this why the Kings opened up the cap space with the trade?
Oh, Jason said it. I didn't say it. Jason said it. Just for everybody freaking out, 2 things. Number 1, the Kings literally mathematically can't make that trade unless they trade Sabonis or Fox, I believe. That's number 1. So number 2, why can't we? God, I'm just, if he's healthy, he's the perfect addition. Just put him right there on the wing. There you go. You got a lockdown defender now. He's got height. He can pass the ball. You have Sabonis, Fox, and him running that. Oh. I honestly hope he has like a pooey year this year, but he's healthy, and then next year, like we can sign him to like a 3-year, $30 million deal, or like
Coming off the pooey year.
Yeah, pooey year, and we'll give him a 2-year, $25 million deal just to test him out, rehab his career here.
Yeah,
because Jason, Ben Simmons, I don't know if you know this or not, it might surprise you. Ben Simmons, just 28.
Yeah,
he won't even be 29 until July.
There's time. It's time to resurrect that career.
Kings need it. They take on the Utah Jazz this evening, and looking for their first preseason win. Let me ask you this: if they lose to the Jazz tonight, good.
It's less about that; it's about how they play. But if it's like they played against Portland, good.
Is it like try your best and have fun?
No. It's how do you look? How do you execute? Are you playing the right way?
The Jazz are 3-1 this year in the preseason. They're 2-0 at home. They're almost the exact photo negative of the Kings. Kings 0-3, and they have lost their one away game.
Yeah.
Let's play a game since we're easing back in. It's our preseason 2 of who is favored and by how much. I think Chris went first last time.
I will go Jazz by 1.5.
1.5. Chris Verline.
Jazz by 2.5.
Oh, now I can see clearly.
If my calculations are correct.
You said Jazz 2.5. You said Jazz 1.5.
Yeah.
The correct answer is the Utah Jazz are 1.5 point underdogs. The Kings are favored by 1.5.
Okay.
Put it all on Utah.
Yes.
Yes. Put it on the Jazz. Yes. And then you have the Guardians and the Yankees.
Let's go Yankees.
Let's not go Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly.
That didn't. I needed a comma in there.
Yeah.
Let's not go Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
The Yankees.
That changed things.
You've got a 2.08 ERA going against a 3 ERA in Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole,
the
staff ace.
All right, let's do a special first time edition of you have pick 6, you have 3 in the key.
Wild pitch.
Let's go wild pitch. Gentlemen, 2.08 ERA, a 3 ERA. That's what's on the table right now. Yesterday it was 5-2 Yankees. That's 7 runs scored. In that game, your starting pitchers had ERAs of 7.94 and 4.66, and they scored 7 runs. I'm going to place the over-under on runs scored in this game combined at 5.5.
Over.
I'll take the under.
Okay.
And I hope you're wrong. Well, probably right. It'd be more fun, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Depends how the game's going.
Honestly, I'm excited for them to go back to Cleveland because of that atmosphere. But I'll give it up with all the championships and all the things happening and the Mets and the atmosphere at Yankee Stadium has been really, really good.
Yes, it has.
Those fans have brought the energy.
Yeah.
A lot like my friends at American Energy. Yeah, who will bring the energy to you with their deals, and more deals galore. Hi, everybody. Carmichael Dave here. Talking to you about my friends at American Energy. They've been in business since 1981. I've told you that. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. I've told you that. I've told you they serve the greater Sacramento area. But have I told you about their $49 tune-up going on right now, regularly $119? Yes, you have, Dave. You told us a bunch of times. Well, have you called them yet? No? Then I need to tell you again. Look, I know these folks. I know the guys who run the place, and they're good dudes. They really, really are. And we'll be out on the golf course and just like no cameras on, nothing recording. And we'll have these long talks about like how much they care about their customers and how they truly love what they do. And I go, you love doing HVAC repair? I get, okay. But you know what? Your passion's your passion. It's your passion. Get a safety and duct inspection for just $49. Your regular price on that's $118, meaning $119. And if your system is over 10 years old, the tune-up's on them. Give them a call right now. $50 off your first recommended repair if you need a new furnace. Half off the price of a new unit. Check them out at the AE, as in American Energy, theaeway.com. That's theaeway.com for an instant quote. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or theaeway.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. When we come back, Crosstalk Styles, Crosstalk Watkins, and Celebrity Birthdays next.
You know how it goes down, man. Sacktown Sports 1140 has you covered all year. Listen to every Sacramento Kings game and stay up to date on all Kings news on SacktownSports.com. Or listen to our live and local shows.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Styles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys.
We are your home of the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports 1140.
Have you heard you can listen to your favorite news podcast ad-free? Good news! With Amazon Music, you have access to the largest catalog of ad-free top podcasts included with your Prime membership. Enjoy shows like The Daily, Up First, and Consider This, available ad-free on Amazon Music. To start listening, download the Amazon Music app for free or go to amazon.com/ad-free. That's amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Buying or selling a home is a big deal. Literally, it's one of the largest financial transactions you're likely to make. So work with someone who will work with your best interests in mind. Someone who agrees to operate with transparency, honesty, and fairness every step of the way. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and are bound by a strict code of ethics that requires they put your interests above their own. Because that's who we are. Make sure your agent is a realtor.
Model year-end pricing is back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
During the model year-end event, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make lower payments. It's no wonder why Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Come in today or check out our entire inventory online at folsomlakehonda.com.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at folsomlakehonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
True fans of the game should pick up a copy of The Match, the day the game of golf changed forever, written by Mark Frost, who also wrote The Greatest Game Ever Played. The book was published more than 10 years ago, but it tells the true story of a remarkable round of golf played by legendary professionals Ben Hogan and Byron Nelson against two of the sport's greatest amateurs, Ken Venturi and Harvey Ward. Hogan, who avoided playing with amateurs at all costs, was hoodwinked into playing by Eddie Lowry, Francis Ouimet's diminutive caddy, who at that point was a successful San Francisco businessman. The match, with its many wagers, was set to be played at Cypress Point Club, and although the exciting 18 holes unfold with each turn of a page, it's the backstory of each of the players that makes the words come alive. My friend Ken Venturi, the last survivor of that foursome, told me it was a dream match, and so good even fiction couldn't touch it. It's a fabulous read. For Golf to Go, I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hey, what's up, Sacramento? It's Kyle Draper. Turn up the cleanliness at your restaurant, healthcare, or industrial business with Alsco Uniforms, the official sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. We've got you covered with crisp uniforms, hygienically clean linens, floor mats, and, of course, mops delivered weekly. But that's not all. Alsco Uniforms also offers weekly services for first aid and restroom supplies. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Just go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALSCO.com.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Styles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Alan Styles and Chris Watkins, and Alan's in a golf shirt. What's going on there? Just felt like it, or you got something? You golfing?
Not golf.
Okay, all right.
How did you golf yesterday?
I golfed exactly how you want to in a scramble, which is why I almost exclusively play scrambles. Had I golfed and played my own ball, I would not have had a good time yesterday. There were multiple mishits and ground balls and whatever, but man, I had some.
You had a good foursome.
I did.
You contributed to the team?
I 100% did. I probably had about.
How many drives they use of yours?
Oh, they actually used a bunch of. If I hit it straight, it'll go. That's just my problem's hitting it straight. So I think we used like 4 or 5 of my drives.
It's good
because Barnes hits iron and he can hit it far, but he hasn't hit his woods at all, including his driver. Moke just bombs.
Yeah, I was the same.
Moke bombs it. But he recently had back surgery, so he was taking it easy, but still played really, really well. We actually used a couple of Lisa G's as well because she got to go from the ladies' tees and she nailed a couple of them. But I was telling these guys, or telling Jason and Chris, 3 of the first 6 holes, Moke and Barnes were alternating. They both hit 3 putts over 30 feet. It was the most insane thing I've ever seen. 3 in the first 6 holes.
Where'd you guys finish then?
Wait, what? Oh,
11 under, you said?
Yeah, we finished. No, 10 under. I don't know where I guarantee whoever won. This is one of those. That's exactly right. Someone, and it's probably Phil's buddy Matt Filer and his group that finished 29 under. But there weren't any of those like pay the charity the money and get the you get to chip off the par 5. There's none of that. It was all, and we played it straight. We played, and Scott Marsh was going to play. He didn't. He had to work. Mo Brazelton was going to be in our foursome from the Kings, but he had something going on. So it was just the 4 of us. And then Lisa had to leave like halfway through to go do the news. But no, it was a good time.
So some people chose to work instead of go to the golf.
I don't know what that is, dude. Oh, I got you a present out there. I forgot to bring it. I'm sorry. Remind me tomorrow. Okay. There was
you said you ended up giving that to your wife.
Not that. No. You know what I got?
I don't know if I want this gift anymore.
No, this will mean something because it's the only reason I even touched it. And I touched it like with my 2 little fingers and dropped it in the bag. All right. No, there was an outfitter out there, a guy who they do all kinds of stuff for businesses, but also I think he does like Taro suits, which if you know Taro, that means something.
Good at business.
And it had Sacramento in cursive on the front, but it was the exact color scheme of the A's. So it's like a Sacramento A's hat, but they get around the trademarks. And obviously I'm not wearing that, but I thought of you because don't you have the sack hat?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can wear the sack hat.
Nice.
And Alan, I did not get anything for you. I'm sorry. That being said, before we move to celebrity birthdays, I leave tomorrow. I'll be back the 27th. Have you guys thought about, do you want anything from across the pond? I already, these guys have already requested things. So
getting candy.
I think so.
You still haven't given me your list, dude. What? You can't hear you.
I will give you my list.
Okay.
I will text it to you.
I thought you were messing with me and just mouthing words for a second. I'm also bringing back powdered wigs for the 3 of us.
Yes. That was my request.
That was Jason's request. It's good. So anything top of your head? You got a day to think about it. I'm here tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'll let you know.
All right.
Golf shirt.
Oh, and get ready for some British candy, boys.
Do you want the cookies? You want me to bring them back? Have you ever had? They're called digestives.
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about? I'll bring you back. It's a weird name. They're hecka good. Yeah, I know. That's what you think, right? No, they're these like chocolate covered little cookies. They're amazing. They need to change the name though. Yeah, that's what you think.
Some beans.
Huh? Did you say Franks and beans?
No, I said bring me back some beans.
Oh, you want a can of beans? I can bring you back a can of Spotted Dick from Heinz. That's and I checked on it, and it's actually in every grocery store I've been to there.
What is that?
I don't know, and I'm not going to try it, but it says Heinz Spotted Dick right on the front. Yeah. Swear to God, I'm not lying. You can look it up. Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies.
Don't look it up.
Hey, listen. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing, and I mean nothing, says family and friends more than Crumble Cookies.
I do like that. Or Google, it suggests when you put in Spotted Dick food.
As opposed to what? The dessert topping? I guess that would be food too. By the way, there you go. See?
Oh, you Googled it at work.
It's literally.
Yeah, I think I'm solid. I think I'm good.
Okay. Wow.
I think I'm
trying to be nice. Who's turning
Made
what?
with suet and dried fruit.
Are you serious? Isn't that beef fat or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steamed pudding historically made with suet and dried fruit.
I've never been on a trip where I've had better food than when I've been to England. I'm Christopher Lloyd. That happened earlier today. That's a
I
quote.
was here for it.
It's actually.
If you can't find a good restaurant in England, you're an idiot.
I don't know.
Wow, Chris getting personal with Alan.
Yeah.
All right, celebrity birthdays.
Okay, on this date, in what year did the movie Rudy?
With Samwise Gamgee.
Yes.
Remember when we all did that? Remember when Frankie got pulled off the air from his Sacktown Sports Insider thing, and we all did that thing with our microphones where we walked into Jose's office and just we each set our microphone down until he put Frankie back on the air. It never happened, but wouldn't that be kind of funny? We just do that for Frankie.
I mean, I've got the answer, but
it's like Rudy, but not Frankie.
Actually, I don't have the answers between 1 or 2 years.
I'm going to say 1992. I feel like it came out in the whole The Few Good Men, big. It might be actually 90. I'm going to say 90. All right, I'm done. 90.
87.
That's stupid.
92.
My years, I was thinking was either 92 or 93, so I'm going to go 93.
We have a correct answer, and it is 1993. Christopher Lloyd.
Chris shouldn't play at these.
He's really good at
He's
these.
like
Let's see if he gets this
savant.
one. On this date, in what year? Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club.
That's an
His name was Robert Paulson. Funny thing is, one of my
His
dad's best friends'
name
name was Bob Paulson.
Was Robert Paulson.
Yeah. I'm going to say that was 97. Anyone?
99.
That it?
95.
I think Dave's right. I think it's 1997.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Alan Stiles, 1999.
I've been cold.
You've got Nate in here screaming 1999.
Well, tell Nate to shut up.
Happy
We're doing a show.
birthday to Keisha Cole.
Keisha
Cole.
Oakland's finest.
Keisha Cole is...
I think she's, I'm going to say 46.
Say 43.
44.
We have a correct answer. Chris Watkins, 43. Keisha Cole. Happy birthday to boxer Anthony Joshua.
I'm getting into boxing.
Tony Josh.
Yeah, got to protect myself from Nate.
What's that move where like I just... Anthony Joshua is...
I see.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Still got you.
Anthony Joshua is 39. Just got beat too.
40 on the nose.
What about the rest of his body? Just the nose? Weird.
I'll say 33.
Yeah, I'll say 32.
Oh boy.
Chris Watkins is close as 35.
34.
Happy birthday to Emerald Lagasse.
Bam! Bam! It's a weird name, Emerald.
It's not Emerald.
It's Emerald Lagasse. He just said that.
Emerald.
Like Ruby Tuesday? Emerald? Yeah. What? Are you sure?
No spotted one either.
Of course
No,
there
it's
is.
Emra Lagasse.
Emra. Spotted Lagasse. That sounds like a drink.
I was watching Hell's Kitchen last night.
Yeah? Let me ask, did Gordon Ramsay yell at somebody?
It's raw.
You know why he's angry all the time? It's because he's had to grow up on British cuisine.
That's right.
Emerald Lagasse he's going to be old. He's going to be like 72.
No.
Yeah, one of the fathers of, the cuisine down there.
Yeah.
But not one of the mothers. We know who that is. He's royalty there. You don't know that? One of those royalty. That's at 72.
No. 69.
Ricky Case. Royalty.
73.
He's looking it up.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Chris?
74.
65.
Thank you.
Young Emerald.
And lastly, Sean Holmes.
Sean Holmes is 31.
He is 30 on the nose.
32.
33.
Correct answer. 31.
That's the way that you want to end
Sean
it.
Cunningham.
Yeah, Sean Cunningham coming in to give all the scoop on the trade and what's to come and all that fun stuff. Dennis Watkins next.
The quest for ring number 6 happens here on Snackdown Sports 1140.